Okay, live stream is up, so we're recording now. If we do want to start.
Okay.
Case 4, The Retired Colonel. July 27th, 1889. Watson is sitting in the wicker armchair, his eyes staring at something invisible on the wall. He can't help rolling his cigarette between his fingers with a vigorous thumb, and he's totally oblivious to our arrival at 221B Baker Street. Holmes is sitting at the table, finishing his breakfast meal. Watson has not touched his dish. "Right on time for a cup of tea with me," says Holmes, as we join the table. "How can you remain calm and take your breakfast?" exclaims Watson, stepping out from his vegetative state. "Ah, Watson, I thought you'd never leave this armchair." "He stayed in it all night," tells us Holmes. "Don't you want to join us?" "Really?" "I put aside your share of the breakfast. The eggs!" "Good Lord, Holmes, how can you act as if nothing had happened? We must handle this case. Ian, George, and their men are my friends, my comrade in arms." Watson punctuates this outburst by throwing his cigarette, that he spent so much time mistreating without lighting it, by throwing a cigarette that he spent so much time mistreating it without lighting it in the fireplace, and goes to the door. Taking his coat and hat, he resumes, "If you don't want to handle this case, I'll do it." On that note, he slams the door and runs downstairs. This dear old Watson, diving headfirst to redress wrongdoings of this world. For Watson, action is synonymous with motion and not reasoning. He spent the night thinking not about the facts, but about what he could do. "What happened, Mr. Holmes? I have never seen Watson so upset," says Wiggins. "Last night, Watson and I were attending a reunion of his former regiment. We were invited by Major Ian Smith Thomas, or Smythe. Smith with a Y, but there's no E at
It's
the end.
still Smith.
Yeah,
Smithy.
Ian Smith
Yeah.
Thomas, who was a member of this regiment and had spent some time at the hospital with Watson. Needless to say, Watson was eagerly awaiting this reunion. Over the course of the past few weeks, he spent most of his time talking about it. We arrived on time for the dinner, and all went well until the whole lot of us moved to the sitting room to smoke a cigar and have a brandy. Small groups formed, where everyone recounted his favorite war stories. The two lieutenants who were talking to me seemed to have made their greatest conquests in the London's theatre districts. Each narrated quite in detail a greater conquest than those of the others. While speaking, Holmes helps himself to another cup of tea. Around 10 p.m., conversations faded away, and the amount of empty glasses made me think that the evening was coming to an end, and that Watson and I could still attend the last Sarasate? Sure, we're gonna go with that. Sarasate concert in St. James. As I started looking for Watson, I noticed quite a commotion close to the library's door. While I was going toward it, most of the guests were entering the library. I followed them. We discovered a horrific scene. The body of Sir James Saunders, the event's guest of honor, was hanged in the center of the library's rounded roof, legs dangling more than 3 feet above the ground. "Incredible," says Wiggins. "So this happened in the room next to the one where Watson and you were?" "Yes, us and the remaining of the Berkshire's regiment officers, as well as their guests, some 50 people." Holmes rises from his armchair, goes to fetch his oriental slipper, and fills up his black briar root pipe. After lighting it, he turns towards us. "I believe I understood the main points of this case, although the motive remains unclear. I would like you to handle this case. I think it is important that Watson handles it on his own, with your help. Can you tell us more? Holmes does not immediately answer, but puffs at his pipe until he is surrounded by a cloud of his favorite tobacco smoke. After leaving sufficient time for the drama to rise in the room, Holmes pulls his pipe out of his mouth and smiles before answering Wiggins' last question. No, I believe I've told you enough. It's quite a simple case, and I hope that you'll be able to shed some light on the motive shortly. Shouldn't you tell us everything you know? Each moment lost increases the murderer's chance of escaping. I don't think we need to worry about that. And that's it.
Interesting.
Okay,
so either it was suicide or there's no way the murderer is leaving because
You think they're gonna do that twice in a row, where it's like
I was wondering
Wait,
that.
it seems familiar.
Could be on purpose.
the red herring?
Case closed. It's suicide.
Okay, so just
Ending Sherlock early, boys.
Just to confirm,
Sorry.
the victim is Sir James Saunder. He was found hanging in the library over 3 feet off the ground, and they was just in the room next to all the military guests, or in the room just next to the military guests. Or
If I
whatever.
may, I think it's pronounced library.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm starting the session for the maps.
Something tells me we're gonna have to check out the. Oh, it's in the Carlton House, right? That's
Yeah,
where-
so I already sent in the Discord the directory for the house.
yeah, the new staff directory.
Yeah.
Please with the damn Carlton House.
I want to know, how does this place, is this place for rent or something? Like, how do they keep having, this is a month or so? Like, look at the newspapers. Technically they're out of order, because we haven't got to the next, case 3 is in less than 2 months from this.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was kind of like the equivalent of a mansion Airbnb.
I did that wrong. June.
But, you know, the Victorian era equivalent.
Okay, so that is the scene of the crime, if I'm not mistaken. Is I put library's gallery. Can't remember if I do pink if we've been there or pink if that's just a place of interest. Either way, we're just going to do pink as a place of interest.
Okay.
Okay, no,
GF
these are in
26 is the library. Okay,
Yeah.
so never
Are in
mind.
order.
Wrong room.
Sorry, it has been just over a month, almost 2 months since the last one. The dates were mixed up in the order.
Oh, so that makes it reasonable.
Yeah. You know, they had a near-death experience at a major party, and so the other people just moved out, and new people are in with new staff and everything.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it had a year, day, month for some reason. I flipped it, and it's like, yep. So last one happened in June. This is at the end of July.
For some reason, maybe because that's how they do it over there.
I blame Mark.
I blame Mark too.
Well, the top of the paper, it says July 27th, 1889. So, we're converting it however we type it in. Mark's taking the pictures with his phone, I believe. He's not...
Urban
He doesn't-
23?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
and have it be late 23.
Yeah, I agree. Late 23.
I don't care about... Okay.
Also, I'm able to put damage types. So
I
I
see
just
necrotic.
did necrotic damage because they're little skulls. So that's the scene of the crime.
There's no strangulation damage.
So should we go there first and see how he was strung up? Like if a chair was kicked out from under him, what kind of rope it was, like that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
I mean, that is certainly a good call. Scene of the crime.
I don't know if seeing the crime last time was useless.
Also,
Well, we don't think it's a suicide again.
And the time before that.
Right. Or we dive super far in. Newspaper. Okay, so in the bottom left-hand corner under entertainment, Sarah Sate. Today at St. James Hall, The Monday's popular concerts at St. James Hall. Monday evening, Sarasate continues its tour exclusively in London. On the program, Romance for Violin in F major, Opus 50 with piano, the Violin Concerto in D major, Opus 61, and the Symphony number 5 in C minor of Beethoven.
Okay.
Mambo number
In
5.
Are you reading that just because it says Sarasate?
Yep.
That's good intel.
Do you think it's code and the like the mob or something's involved?
That would be astounding. Although there's a lot of... So we got let's see. Murders in Tunis, which shouldn't necessarily pertain to us, but in the obituary, it is with the deepest regrets
Yeah, I
that
see
we
that.
learn of the passing of Sir James Reginald Saunders, son of the late General T. Griffith Saunders, former officer undersecretary for Foreign Affairs and respected citizen of the British Commonwealth. After studying at the Christ Church College in Oxford, where he graduated in 1864, he continued his studies while working at All Souls. He received the Victoria Cross from the Duke of Somerset for the most conspicuous bravery on the battlefields and for long, faithful, and honorable service to the Crown and the country, and more specifically to the Army and Navy of Her Majesty.
There's a
Sir
thing
James-
in exhibits. This is the Queen's Navy 60 drawings by Will Wiley depicting the Royal Navy maneuvers. Exhibit visible from now on the Fine Arts Gallery, 31 Bond Street, Northwest.
Cool. I'm gonna finish. Sir James was once colonel of the 66th Regiment of Berkshire, where he bravely served for nearly 20 years. Amongst the most remarkable actions he accomplished abroad, it must be reminded of his involvement in the signing of the Anglo-Russian Protocol in London on September 10th, 1888. The protocol delineated the Russian-Afghan border. He leaves behind a spouse, Vivian, daughter of Lord Rutland, and a son, Roger. An official service will be officiated on Monday, during which his military actions will be praised.
Scroll down, Mark, to anniversary of the Maywin battle.
It is today the anniversary of the terrible defeat suffered by the British troops in Maywin, whatever, during the Second Anglo-Afghan War. A dinner was offered last night at the home of Colonel Edwards by Princess Charlotte of the Wales Royal Berkshire Regiment. Regiment's men, many are those who have lost a relative during this battle. During this commemoration, it was wished that never again such a misfortune should occur to the British Army.
Is there a possibility that somebody from there is upset that this happened? Like we went there to, or the British went there to, like, settle everything and they lost relatives because of it?
If that was the case, then what was he? A lieutenant?
He was
The son of a general.
All right, so then why would you kill the son of a general?
Well,
why not
no,
the general?
he was in there, but he was the son of the late general. So it's like maybe you can't take
Yeah.
revenge on the general. But
So you take revenge on the general's son?
I imagine
Yeah.
he was
Suffer for the sins of your father.
mid-ranking or whatever. But
So then if
Does it
that's the
mention
case, then
his
why is
rank at all
Sherlock
in
not
the
concerned
obituary?
that the guy's gonna run away?
Sorry,
Cameron said something.
one at a time.
Cameron,
Oh,
you
I
go.
was just saying, they didn't mention his rank in the obituary, did it?
No, they did not.
It did not.
That's what I'm saying. Like
It just
the
said
general
sir.
sounded more important in the obituary. There's a pretty
Yeah.
atrocious murder in the Foreign Intelligence. Not relate. I don't think it's related, but
Are you talking
Murder.
about the murder in Tunis?
oh yeah. They're like, that seems like a robbery. I'm like, the dude was tied up on this bed, throat slit in front of his wife. That's not a robbery.
Robbery for sure.
And then there's yesterday, incarcerated for murder. Yesterday at the police court, blah, blah, blah. Thomas Lott, aged 18, was indicted for slashing the throat of a 5-year-old child.
Jesus Christ.
This-
I think that's
what is
supposed.
happening with
It's
this?
Jack the Ripper.
This might be
No.
the most
Uh,
information that possibly could be useful in a newspaper we found in a while.
It's like all murder and military related.
Yeah, in the exhibits, there's the Queen's Navy, 60 drawings of the Royal Navy maneuvers.
Which is hilarious because that means it's just pictures of boats.
Yeah. Also, sorry, Mark. I thought you had finished the thing already.
He wasn't reading along with you, so he didn't know how far you had to read.
Right.
Because I had finished reading it a bit ago.
Yeah. Oh, the viewers, if anybody ever watches this, they see me jump back and forth because the obituary, I was reading it while Mark was doing it, and then I finished and scrolled down back to the bottom of it, and then he finished that, so I had to scroll back up to the next part, and
All right. I mean, it seems like the library is really the only place we have at the moment, unless we want to go talk to somebody.
Oh, we can go to
I was gonna
Australia.
say, there's no like gathering where everybody's at, right? Where we can like eliminate who's here and not here. No, they'd still be here. This is not gonna.
Yeah, it just has, like, the directory for this one seems a little bit larger. So it does seem like there are more. Okay, well, I say the directory is larger. Maybe
I mean,
it's
this
just
seems like the normal size.
Yeah, I guess just the
That's what she said.
names, this list of names.
Hey, all I know is I kind of wanted to see Colonel Edward's suite, like all 4 of them next to his office.
Right.
Ground floor 12 through 15 are apparently all his. Yeah, he has the entire corner. Well, okay, so that's the lavatory, the toilet, the bedchamber, and the nursery. Okay, never mind, that makes sense.
Okay.
I think we go scene of the crime, see how he possibly like got away after doing it.
GF26, right?
Yes. So I'm going to change that to back. All right.
He's got 3 exits: the balcony, the other room.
He can go up to the library overlook on the first floor. The gallery, that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
They were all
You
in the
go up
dining room
and-
or the ballroom? Or were they in the smoking or sitting room?
Sherlock and Co were in the smoking room, the sitting room, and they were having a smoke and brandy.
I thought they said something about like all the military guests were just in one, like the ballroom or the dining room.
No, because they were scattered. They were spread out.
Let's see here. Just going back. We arrived on time for the dinner. Moved to the sitting room to smoke a cigar and a brandy. Everyone recounted war stories.
Even though it was mostly just about all the bitches they fucked in London. Sorry for my crudeness.
Basically. So it basically seems like they were in the sitting room enjoying their cigars and brandy. And then it says, as I started looking for Watson, I noticed a commotion close to the library's door. While I was going towards it, most of the guests were entering the library. So it basically just mentions the library and the sitting room, and that's about it.
And all of them were entering. So
Was it a dinner
Right.
or was it a like ballroom party?
Initially, it was a dinner, is what it seems like, based on. Let's see. We arrived on time for the dinner. So.
So the dining room might also have some clues.
I imagine both the
Yeah,
ballroom
that's
and the dining room, because the ballroom's going to have most of the entertainment or whatever besides the other rooms. So
Right, I'm just going to make sure that the dining room is indeed the dining room.
27.
Does not have a thing on the noteworthy rooms, so maybe it is not a noteworthy room.
The scene of the crime.
Right. So, GF26. All right, have a look, Dr. Watson, but don't touch anything. We are not supposed to let anyone in. But Sergeant Murray told us you could help. Or told us to help you. Thank you, Corporal. It will only take a moment. The rope used to shorten Sir James' life last night still hangs from the ceiling. One end still swings about 10 feet above the floor, while the other end is firmly attached to a pillar. The slip knot lies on the floor where it was thrown when a rope was cut to free Sir James. Or when the rope was cut to free Sir James. An overturned chair is under the rope. Look at this, exclaims Wiggins, kneeling before the fireplace, busy searching through the ashes with a poker. What's your take on it? Wiggins has withdrawn from the ashes shards of glasses, a slightly burnt handkerchief, and a tiny piece of rope, also slightly burnt. I'm wondering why all those broken glasses are in there. Look at this one. Wiggins holds the bowl of an almost undamaged stemmed glass. These glasses haven't been here long. There's still some wine left in this one. Look over there, on the table. Watson shows us 2 glasses on a silver tray, filled with wine. The same stemmed glasses. Berkshire Arms and 66th Infantry embossed. Do you think it means anything? Asks Wiggins. I don't know. We'll report it to Holmes next time we see him. You haven't seen the corpse, have you? You haven't seen the corpse, haven't you, Dr. Watson? Is there anything noteworthy? Asks Wiggins. Nothing. Except he died by hanging. I don't know whether or not the post-mortem examination will reveal any new element, says Watson. Everything else seems to be in order, says Wiggins, flicking a few cigar butts, slightly flattened in an ashtray with the stem of broken glass. Perhaps our good friend H.R. Murray could examine these fragments.
Seems a little
And
obvious.
Well, they're throwing us a bone, I guess.
All right, going to the informant over here.
I think we should definitely check with the coroner, see what the coroner's report
H.R.
is.
Murray, criminologist. He analyzes all items and substances found in the cases. Or found during cases. I don't know if we've ever actually used him. So, I think that's why they're throwing him a bone.
Could be. Also, the joke, he said the coroner probably wouldn't tell us anything.
He died by hanging. That's what they assume. It could find some other
hold
stuff
on,
like.
what does that mean?
Well, they could find something else like in the autopsy or whatever. They found hey, there were signs of a struggle, or there was absolutely no signs of a struggle, which is surprising for a military man. And we also found that he was drugged. But also, I feel like I feel like Murray would tell us, hey, there's poison in this wine. Or
Like he would know.
Yeah. I could imagine that he was coaxed into hanging himself.
He maybe gotten drunk and then was guilted into it or something.
Yeah, I have the secret that I'm going to let out unless you kill yourself.
Or just
something.
the shame of your family, you should pay for it. And the only way to atone.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that I think that's a modern attitude. I don't think these people at this time frame would quite have that justification.
My apologies. I always forget for this specific expansion, when you first visit Carlton House, there is a clue at 100 SW that you should read first.
We're only on case 4 of this expansion, dude. You have literally missed it every time.
Hey, we played this once a month. Back off.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 100 SW. Entering
Does this count
the
as
main
one of our-
courtyard.
No, because we talked about this
It does
last
not.
time, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Entering the main courtyard of Carlton House, we notice that the guards are under the portico. When we approach, we see that there are 2 policemen in uniform and 2 members of the Queen's personal guard, rifle sling over shoulder. The 4 men it says man, but the 4 men watch our little group attentively, but don't do anything to prevent us from getting to the entrance door. In the first vestibule, GF1, are 2 men wearing the uniform of the Royal Berkshire Regiment. One of them, a sergeant, walks up to us and addresses Wiggins, who walks ahead. "What can I do for you, sir?" asks the sergeant. "We are here at the request of Mr. Sherlock Holmes. Could we see the officer in charge?" Sherlock Holmes, the detective that was here yesterday evening. That's it. It's all right then. Come in. You will find Colonel Edwards in his office. Oh, by the way, do you know a Dr. Watson? He's a friend of Holmes, I believe. Yes. Page turn.
Yes, I am him.
He wanted to see you upon your arrival. I'll go get him right away. A slightly refreshing breeze keeps us company while we wait for Dr. Watson. The latter arrives accompanied by a Berkshire Regiment soldier, according to his outfit. Ah, Wiggins, did Holmes tell you what happened yesterday evening? Yes, and that's why we're here. So Holmes is interested in this case. Very well then. When we left last night, he didn't say a word. He went to bed as soon as we got home, without even a good night. It looks like he solved the case, but he didn't want to tell us anything. Holmes always so dramatic. I believe he enjoys seeing me distressed. Turning to his companion, he resumes, I would like to introduce you to Murray. Murray saved my life during the Battle of Maywand. Interesting.
Is this
He was
HR
my
Murray?
orderly. No. I believe this is different Murray question mark. But we'll get there in a minute.
Rocky,
I
is
would
that
like
you?
to introduce you to Murray. Murray saved my life during the Battle of Maywand. He was my orderly, and when I was wounded, he brought me back within our lines. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. Smith Thomas was also wounded in Maywand. We shared our hospital room. During our convalescence months, we became good friends. It was Ian who invited us, Holmes and I, to yesterday's dinner. He wished to meet Holmes. Yesterday evening was the 9th anniversary of the Battle of Maywand. For this occasion, Colonel Edwards gathered the regiment in this home for a commemorative meal. As you may know, I wasn't originally in the Berkshire Regiment, but in the 5th Northumberland Fusiliers Regiment of Foot. Then I was dispatched to the Berkshire Regiment, and it was on my way to it that I was wounded. So I was never officially registered with the Berkshire Regiment. Last night, I was only there as a guest of Major Smith Thomas. What can you tell us about the events that occurred here last night? Asks Wiggins. Holmes and I arrived at 8 p.m. Major Smith Thomas welcomed us at the door. A cordial welcome. He seemed really happy to see us. We were immediately joined by Colonel Edwards and Lieutenant Dobell, the major of his regiment, and his aide-de-camp. A charming young man, this Lieutenant Dobell. He immediately befriended Holmes and made sure he had everything he needed. He must have asked him all details on each of the cases he handled. You know how much Holmes always says that he could care less about glory, but don't let yourself be fooled. He loves fame when one acknowledges his genius. The dinner went well. Sir James paid a moving tribute to the men who had fallen at Maywand, and had a special thought, of course, for the families of the regiment's men. After dinner, we all had a brandy, and a chat in the drawing room. I had a game of snooker with my old friend Braxton. I did not notice anything unusual until about 10 p.m., when there were a lot of noises in the library. I could not believe my eyes. Sir James was hanging from the ceiling of the library. What a dreadful scene. Could never get used to the sight of death, especially when man is the cause. What can you tell us about Sir James? Asks Wiggins. Sir James Saunders, son of General Griffith Saunders. He followed in his father's footsteps and enrolled in the Berkshire Regiment in 1862. He was raised to the rank of major in 1880. He didn't fight at the Battle of Maywand, but stationed at Karagi, where he was responsible for the regiment's supplies. During the battle, Colonel Thomas, who commanded the regiment, was killed, and Major Saunders was promoted to colonel and took command. 3 or 4 years ago, he was supposed to be appointed to Brigadier General. Sir James left the army and took office at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He was ennobled last year for his involvement in the drafting of the Anglo-Russian Agreement of 1885. That is all I know of his career. And what about his private life? There's not much to say. The Saunders family is an honorably well-known military family. There has always been a Saunders in every major battle since Bosworth. The general, Sir James' father, died in 85. Vivian, his wife, is the daughter of the late Lord Rutland. They have a son, Roger, whom I met. He is a military doctor attached to the Royal Military Asylum, not far from here. That's pretty much all I know of his career. You'll have to excuse me, sir, says Murray, addressing Watson. I have to meet with the Major. Wait, Murray, replies Watson. Can you elaborate on what happened last night? Afraid I can't, Doctor. After dinner, I was helping serve brandy and port in the snooker room when you asked me to take down Captain Braxton's pistols. While I was leaving the captain's room, I saw Captain Lewis chat with the Major in front of his room's door. You mean Smith Thomas, hurls Wiggins? That's it. He seemed upset. Captain Lewis, but he's been in a very bad mood for weeks now. Anyway, when you and Captain Braxton were done with the pistols, I put them back in their allocated space, and, having obtained permission, I went back to my room. I only found out what happened around 11:30 when Lieutenant Colonel Jenkins, Colonel Edwards' aide, informed me of the events and told me that the colonel wanted everyone to gather in the vestibule. We were interrogated by the police, but I didn't know anything, nor did I learn anything. Thank you, Murray. My pleasure, sir. You can try talking to the other guests, or the other sergeants. It is possible that they know something. Well, Wiggins, should we have a look around? Asked Watson. Proceeding forward, we read the library clue.
So suspicious that there was a guy who was enthralled with Sherlock Holmes, and maybe he wanted a murder to occur so he could meet him.
He was already there.
It feels like a stretch to.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't totally disagree with that idea, but
I think that
let's just keep it in the back pocket.
One of the
now.
standout things for me was that the victim was given the battlefield promotion due to the death of the other colonel.
So, Cameron, you were saying something?
Oh, I was just saying, who did it say Captain Lewis or whatever was looking upset and talking to?
Yeah, so I fear I can't, Doctor. I was helping serve brandy and port in the snooker room when you asked me to take down Captain Braxton's pistols. While I was leaving the captain's room, I saw Captain Lewis chat with the Major in front of his room's door. You mean Smith Thomas, Phyllis Wiggins. That's it. He seemed upset. Captain Lewis, I mean. But he's been in a very bad mood for weeks. So Captain Lewis was talking with Major Smith Thomas.
Major Smith Thomas' bedchamber is first floor 23. Which is... Oh, that's on the first floor. We're on the ground floor. 23 is in the middle of the thing, so Murray had to leave from upstairs to come downstairs to the snooker room.
Okay, so you said first floor 23. There we go.
Murray was in the snooker room, which is... Oh, Mark, do these overlays... Oh, I guess the gallery might have been where the thing was actually tied off to. Or, the body was... Probably not, but whatever. Because the overlay is also on first floor 18. Wasn't sure if you meant to do that.
Oh, yeah. Probably not. We'll just get rid of that. That's initially what I thought he died, but I forget first floor is
not ground floor.
Second floor, not ground floor. Yeah.
Captain Lewis was, and then Murray was in GF22, which is the snooker room where we had the death a couple months ago, or in like season, or case 2, not season.
Season 2.
Season 2.
Yep.
You said first floor 22?
Ground floor 22, the snooker room. It's the one next to
Ground
the.
floor 22.
It's the one next to the
being-
sitting room and the ballroom, top right.
It being him pissed off that his dad died so that the victim got promoted makes sense for a reason to kill him, but also makes sense why Sherlock would be like, he's not going anywhere because his whole family is like super well known for being a military family.
What was okay? So we know the victim was the one given battle permission. What was the name of the colonel that was killed in the battle that he took the command over for? Was it Colonel Lewis or something?
The Colonel Thomas, who commanded the regiment, was killed, and Major Saunders was promoted to colonel.
But Saunders is the family that has the military background.
Correct. And Captain Lewis was
Right.
just another guy there that seemed upset in
Yeah.
the conversation.
Wait, Colonel Thomas is a different guy than Major Smith Thomas?
Yeah, so I'm assuming
Military.
father-in-law? I don't know.
The hardest part about this case is just figuring out who people are.
Who's
Yeah, he has to because he died. And
It would be great if there were like one per rank involved in this case, so we could just refer to them by
Yeah.
their rank. But
Yeah.
no, everybody's a colonel. Everybody's a captain.
Or a captain. I mean, we are dealing with the officer corps here.
You can try talking to the other sergeants. Multiple.
See, I go by Wallace because Matthew's too common, and now and that worked great on the military base. But now it's like that may be a detriment. It seems like. Okay.
Well, Wallace is fortunately a very unique last name. We're dealing with British people who are names like Thomas, Longstride, and
Did they say in the 100 SW? Did they say something about someone went to have a drink with him?
To have a drink with.
I definitely zoned out in the middle.
Are you saying the person who died?
Yeah. Did someone say they went and had a drink with the person who died, the victim?
I didn't hear that, but if
Sorry.
that's true, that's highly suspicious.
Sir James paid a moving tribute to the men who had fallen in Maywand
Sir James is the
and
victim.
had a special thought, of course, for the families of the regiment's men. After dinner, we all had a brandy and a chat in the drawing room. I had a game of snooker. I did not notice anything unusual until about 10 p.m. when I heard lots of noises in the library. So Sir James seemed to have been in the waiting room, or whatever they're calling this room,
The
snooker room,
drawing-
study thing.
The snooker room is the study
Drawing room.
snooker room, but is that the drawing room as well?
Makes me want to have cookies.
I don't- Either way, they were all in the same
Snickerdoodle room.
whatever room they were in. So
Okay, so no, I didn't hear that.
So everybody was drinking.
didn't seem like they were. Well, I guess some of them could have gotten hammered, but
I mean, they're
yeah,
military
they were
guys.
smoking a brandy.
If we're thinking the wine was poisoned or something, that complicates that.
It would have been harder to eat poison the entire bottle instead of just like one glass, which is what they would have had
Right.
to do, and like know
So-
ahead of time whose glass it was.
I
And
think this gives us a couple of people that we're like interested in now, but I still think we go to H.G. Wells or whatever that guy's name is.
The criminologist.
Cheat Wells.
Murray, you're thinking of the guy from The Flash, Harrison Wells.
No, H.G. Wells is an author.
This guy reads.
Yeah.
What a nerd.
Another
Really?
place that would be I'm looking at the list of informants. Another place that would be good to go to would be Mycroft. Just because he deals with anything politics and government related.
Mhm.
So, given the signing of the Anglo-Russian
Yeah,
whatever.
the Russian-Afghan after the Anglo-Afghan.
There is a section in the newspaper about foreign affairs, so Henry Ellis is the stretch, but potentially just a reporter, but that is their foreign affairs contact.
Yeah.
Like, that is all military usually, especially for when the Battle of Maywand. Where is Maywand?
Mhm. Afghanistan.
Yeah.
I still think
as
we
far
go.
as we know, there were no foreign military operatives at this event, right?
Well, you
Yeah, I think it's internal.
Yeah.
But I want to know about what's on this stuff that they found.
Well, then H.G. Wells is your guy.
That is token Joe noise tonight.
So,
should clip
I'm
that,
going
make
to
it into
put
a
on
sound effect
the
on my soundboard, and just
main
make Joe laugh at random things.
Right. So we said Mycroft is a place of interest. That's 8SW. And then who did you say it was? Ellis?
Henry Ellis, 30 EC.
So-
Reporter for the London Times, source of information on current events, mainly on foreign affairs. So it is current events, but
so that's Mycroft. And then you said 30 EC.
yeah, that's Henry Ellis.
Let's see. 26.
Guys, I'm feeling Moriarty's involved. We should go talk to Portlock.
Oh, it's just at the times. Okay.
And then, if you didn't get Murray already, that's SW22.
SW.
I just realized I'm wearing an In-N-Out shirt, and we got Whataburger for dinner.
That's rough.
How dare you?
I did not choose it. I chose the
You're
shirt.
wearing it.
I wouldn't. I was talking about Whataburger. Also, I did not
Alright.
buy this shirt. My parents did.
You're wearing it.
Yeah, I like In-N-Out.
Apparently not that much.
So before we
The nearest In-N-Out is like over an hour from me.
do the next clue, are we gonna stick around the manor and talk to
All right,
any
give us
of the
a
other
list
sergeants?
of the places that you have marked down as potential places. I know we have GF22. That was the snooker room.
FF23.
So I have the snooker room, and then I also basically just everyone's. So the person we were talking to was Sergeant David Murray, and then another room that we could potentially go to would be Major Smith Thomas's bedchamber.
Yeah, it's FF23.
So FF23.
Oh, that's also our
Uh,
client. Or the one, not the client, the one who brought us or Watson to this thing, right? That's the one who started it off.
Right, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to talk to him as well, in my opinion. Of just like, hey, you know, the fact that you know us.
Mhm.
It's the-
Why'd you kill
what's
him?
The scoop.
Hey, buddy, who
Yeah.
the fuck are
Snooker
you?
room, Major Smith Thomas's room. Since someone said talk to the sergeants, just FF11, which is Sergeant's bedchamber. I don't know about anyone specific. And then the three informants. So Mycroft, us, and Murray.
You have David Murray, but I don't see a room for him.
That's just who we were talking to.
Okay, I was asking for POIs,
Yeah, okay. So
or like places, not people.
GF22,
Yep, FF23, FF11,
FF11,
and then the informants.
FF23, and then the 3. So 8 Southwest, 22 Southwest, and 30 East Central.
That's true. Could we go talk to Sherlock? I know I said that we should do it on our own, but you never know. He could be feeling generous for
He just
once.
gives us the answer.
He's like, no, do it yourself. I told you to do it.
No, he
Probably
knows we're
wouldn't
on
even be
the time
gracious
front.
enough to even answer the door. Mrs. Hudson would answer the door.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Sherlock told you to
sweetie. He
piss
said,
off.
go go do it yourself.
Yeah. Figure it out.
Okay. Put a poll in chat. Who says we go where?
That's the cheat code.
You got
Oh,
you
that's
are
okay.
chat. I'm pretty sure I have I have 0 concurrent viewers right now, so you guys are
You need
chat.
You can get like a good sample size of concurrent viewers, and then they choose where we go. And if it's wrong, then it's their fault.
That'd be an insane way to play this game, where we like take all the notes and everything, but then all of our decisions we just make a multiple choice poll that we put in chat.
It'll go poorly.
That's a good way to shift the blame from us to other people.
Well-
I'm sticking with Murray. I think we go to Murray.
Yeah, Murray's probably first.
Right.
They specifically called him out to say, analyze these glasses.
So might as well.
It could be the true murder weapon. And
Oh, he was stabbed
Wha-
in the neck.
Just nobody
However-
noticed the giant gaping flesh wound.
Oh my god, he hung himself.
Watson's like, his neck is broken. It's torn to shreds, but he died because it broke, I swear.
Yeah. Well, that's why I asked. Is like he died of hanging. Okay, does that mean he broke his neck, or did was he strangled to death?
Well, there was no air in his lungs, but like that might have been because he was already dead when I checked him.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to assume strangulation. Watson, you're a terrible doctor.
Isn't that like a plot point in one of the movies that he pronounces a guy dead when he wasn't actually dead? But
Well, the Sherlock then also in that same
Yeah.
movie goes, "Don't worry, my dear Watson. He used a drug to make him seem dead, so don't worry about it."
All right. We enter Murray's laboratory, where an odor of mold assails our nostrils. We are mesmerized by the chaos and ever-growing confusion that prevails here. Good afternoon, Wiggs. What can I do for you today? Shouts out the white-haired doctor, blinking his blue eyes. Good afternoon, Professor. We are bringing you a few objects from Carlton House. Can you examine them? Oh, you are referring to the Saunders case. Show me what you have. We give him what we found in the library. You're not bringing me much, he tells us. Still, there is something you could tell about us. Still, is there something you could tell us about them? Give me a moment, please. While Murray examines the various objects under the microscope and takes samples on which he pours various products, we observe these experiments in a reverent silence. Good. As I expected, there is not much to say. The rope is indeed a piece of rope. The handkerchief bears blood and saliva traces. Judging from the splinters I have here, there were also pieces of 5 wine glasses with wine traces. Claret, I would say. On these words, his keen eyes blink again. Not very conclusive, is it? At least in the Ribble case, I have undeniable evidence. Look at this magnificent weapon. Murray shows us a dagger encrusted with precious stones, covered with what seems to be dried blood. But before he can resume, which he seems impatient to do, we thank him and take our leave.
Well, that's for a secondary question.
What case did he say that was for?
Ribble.
The stabbing
Or-
was in the newspaper.
Yeah,
The dagger.
Ribble.
I'm just gonna mark it rebel knife. Encrusted with diamonds or something, right? Or
Yeah.
not diamonds, but
Yeah.
Jewels. I'll
Definitely not
say.
a bad idea.
Okay, so we know there's 5 different glasses, like the shards came from 5 different glasses.
So
Like,
5
that's-
potential suspects.
Well, not just that, but that's like a large amount. That's like a conspiracy amount almost, unless they
He's
just
trying-
take an entire tray and dumped it in the fire.
I was gonna say we're just trying to get rid of that entire like the memory of that, and that was like
Yeah,
precious.
they all take a shot or a swig of wine, and then they all throw the glasses in the fire.
No, I meant one person who hates the regiment is trying to get rid of like, commemorating the regiment.
Yeah, because these
including
aren't
the person who got them all together.
these aren't shot glasses. These are like the full wine glasses too. So it's not like they
I
would
was
just.
thinking the opposite, where they drank and then as a
Salute!
you know,
Slammed it down.
yep, and then throw the glasses.
Who was leading the commemoration or like gave the speech or whatever?
The guy who died.
The victim.
Oh, okay. There goes that theory.
Well, not necessarily.
But also,
was
would they throw it
Colonel.
in the fire if they were like doing it commemoratively? Like fire's pretty like.
Definitely.
Also,
seen
I
that
think
happen
that there's
before.
a misconception here about military culture in regards to the rank and file and the officers. Officers would not do that.
No.
Colonel Edwards is the one hosting.
Well, it
this, by
is
the way.
the 9-year anniversary of a battle that they lost. A terrible battle.
They still would not slam their glasses into the fireplace. Not distinguished gentlemen.
No, it
not
feels
people.
more like if it was like they would have slammed him down on the ground and somebody like scooped him up and threw him into the fire or something like that. Like,
Even that doesn't make any sense.
No.
I think that if the broken glasses are somehow relevant, then it is someone trying to hide how many people were either complicit or some other evidence. So either we are looking at a conspiracy of 5 people or 4 or 5 people attempting to kill the captain, or it is one person who is a servant that night and they were ditching their tray of glasses.
oh, like David Murray,
Yeah.
which is why it could be why Sherlock's like, yeah, the guy's not going to leave or whatever because he's working there or whatever and like thinks he got away with it.
Yeah. And Murray was the one that was following him around all like, tell me everything. I'm so excited you're here.
There was that cab guy in that one episode of Sherlock with Benedict Cumberbatch who had a
Episode 1.
similar fascination with Holmes. So
Yes.
We should go to the cab informant.
Last time we went to the cab place, it
The Central Carriage
paid
Depot.
off.
yeah.
Yeah, that was like the entire case. Was just go here and follow these clues.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the exact order.
Also, I don't know if it's relevant, but in one of the last newspaper, there's Afghanistan medicinal plants. What if he was poisoned and then they just decided to hang him?
Back on the poisoning thing again. Okay, so there's the medical examiner. We have that marked as like that was something we thought about, like go and check him out to see like, hey, yeah, you know, we obviously see the strangulation marks or whatever around his neck from the rope, but like, was
When
there
we cut him
something
open,
else?
turns out he was choking to death. He choked to death on some poison.
He choked to death on not
Afghani
only the
ganja.
rope around his neck, but also
Ropes don't choke, they strangle. Stupid idiots.
Ganja stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that going to Meeks is pertinent.
I think
especially
it would
since
just
they pointed it out.
I think it would either just confirm our suspicion or be useless. So I don't know how
Yeah.
helpful
I
it
want to
would
talk
be.
to more people in the house. I just don't know who.
Yeah, so it's either more people in the house, Ellis, or Mycroft.
We just talked to Ellis.
Yeah, Murray.
Oh,
Or, no, we went.
Oh,
We talked to
Murray.
Murray. We
Yeah, so there's still.
I
Ellis,
had-
And we
Mycroft,
talked to
and then-
more people in the house.
It's Matt's notes say Ellis. Was the
I don't know what you're
guy.
talking about.
I kind of like Mycroft as a source here.
We have never used. I don't think we've ever really used Mycroft before. I think we used them on one other case. So like, it would be interesting to go back and try it again.
I mean, do you want to go to Mycroft? I mean, we used the
I
same
don't-
logic to go to Murray,
I don't.
but we
yeah,
haven't really used him before.
I don't think that's the next step. I
No.
think Ellis is.
I just think like there's got to be some cases where Mycroft is useful, and I would think like this seems pretty
No.
political.
We had to put his
comes to
name in there
military
because it's
and
Sherlock Holmes,
government
but
stuff.
you know,
Oh, it's just a it's just a reference. You're not supposed to actually use it. Maybe.
the writer is like Sherlock, and Sherlock doesn't like Mycroft.
Ha. That's a meta way of looking at it.
No,
I think Ellis or the sergeant's bedchambers. The sergeant's bedchambers will tell us like who would want him dead. I think.
I like the bedchambers
And that's Allison, my
more.
buddy.
Ellis is just a stretch because it's also current stuff. So unless there's something happening in like related to Afghanistan, which is like this is 9 years after that battle, so like
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
maybe
Okay.
there could be notes about like somebody whose family was killed back then, but I feel like that will come up in some other way.
You gonna go play with Zena?
So we're probably writing off any informants then.
She would love that.
Like
Yeah,
I
I
have
think
him
we
here,
just-
but
I'm not writing off Mycroft, but
I think we go to the sergeant's bedchambers.
FF11.
FF11?
Mm-hmm.
There's no clue at this location.
Ha. All right.
Excellent. Okay, never mind. Major Smythe.
No,
Thomas
I said that, not Mark. I'm
It's a
joking.
joke.
Yeah.
I am sure there is a clue because it
There's gotta
is a
be.
place specifically mentioned in the important rooms.
And he-
the
he's
important
literally
place
the
for
guy.
important people.
He's the damn client.
Freaking better be an important clue.
He's the guy. He's the guy doing the dude stuff.
He's the guy in the chair.
See, there we go.
Following- So FF11. Following Sergeant Murray's advice, we find the other sergeants on the first floor. Fortunately, all off-duty men are there. No sooner do we enter that all conversations cease immediately. All games of chance are interrupted, and 10 or so suspicious looks stare at us. A strict-looking man with a big mustache moves towards us.
Yeah, we definitely found
Dr.
the military
Watson.
guys.
Asks Sergeant Major Hoddle. How can we help you and your friends? Despite the seemingly nice offer, his voice betrays a certain reluctance. Murray told us that you could perhaps help us. Hold on. Oh. What happened?
We're gonna get copyright stricken.
What happened?
What happened? What happened?
Hi, Brownie. Hi, Brownie.
All right, dog break.
I'm getting attacked by a dog.
Dog?
Okay,
Dog
hey,
break.
we're gonna take this
Corey?
time.
No, Corey's feeding the dogs tonight. I'm not.
No, not that. I'm just saying. Okay, we're gonna extend the time we can play by an extra minute or so because Corey is stealing our time.
Yeah, she came into the kitchen and then decided to walk away in a manner that seems like she took something that either didn't belong to her or she's trying to hide from me. And it's very rude. Okay, anywho,
Full scale
Dr.
investigation.
Watson asks Sergeant Major Hoddle, how can we help you and your friends? Despite this seemingly nice offer, his voice betrays a certain reluctance. Murray told us that you could perhaps help us. Would you mind answering a few questions? At your command, Doctor. Right, guys? Once again, everyone agrees in a whisper, unconvincingly. Does anyone remember seeing Sir James enter the library? No one remembers. When did the library become inaccessible to guests? Asks Wiggins. After the dinner. As soon as the guests left the table and went to the large sitting room, answers Staff Sergeant Milner. Was there any particular reason for locking it? I don't know, says Milner. It was really rough, if I may say so, says Corporal Gouge. I wanted to use the staircase, which is in the library, to go fetch some wine. It leads straight to the bottom floor, next to the cellar door. Did anyone prevent you from going in? Asks Wiggins. Most certainly.
Charlie.
Colonel Jenkins stopped me in front of the library door. He had me go all the way around using the back stairs. All seemed to agree that the officers were moody. Does any of you remember seeing anyone else go into the library? Again, no one remembers. Thank you for your times. Thank you for your time, sirs. Okay, Doodle, you need to figure out a spot. 'Cause this ain't it. You can ruin the newspaper.
So I might be on board with the whole it was a group effort.
Right.
Especially with the responses we just got, and it being the fact that it's a military man who was strung up, probably wouldn't have been the easiest thing to do unless he was coaxed or drugged.
Yeah, they made it 3 feet off the ground for his feet, which is like a lot higher than any chair that was like underneath him would have been.
Definitely.
And also just getting him up and into the noose.
Yeah,
Right.
So, how
Is,
many sergeants were in that room?
a bunch.
Say it was
Sorry.
10?
Does it say
10?
5?
4.
All games
wasn't
of
in that
chance
room,
are
right?
all games of chance are interrupted, and 10 or so suspicious looks stare at us.
10.
So-
Gotcha.
10 or
Yeah,
so.
I wonder why we don't have to worry about the people leaving. Everybody did it. Lieutenant Colonel Edward Jenkins' coffin, or office, not coffin, is GF3 for reference.
Could
Did
be
we
his
want to talk
coffin.
to them? Did we want to go to Smith Thomas's room? Did we want to do both?
I think those are.
I think we're ready for the questions.
fine.
Ha! Everyone's guilty.
We've been at this for an hour. I think we're already ready.
Is that a joke?
Honestly, kind of, but like, I think we kind of have it figured out. Like, we don't have the motive for it, which is what Sherlock said. Like, he can understand the case, but he doesn't have the motive. And I think that's the only thing we're now trying to figure out. I think because he said it's so simple. It's like, yeah, the dude was
there we go.
over 3, had to be strung up over 3 feet off the ground, and he wasn't probably a small dude, so it had to be multiple people. We've confirmed that there were 5 glasses in there, and it seems like, I know that military usually don't like non-military snooping in on their cases, so like that could be part of the hostility there, but I think it's safe to say that like it wasn't a one-man thing and people aren't leaving because it's an open secret that they're just not sharing.
Yeah, I agree. But I do think we need an actual specific motive, because right now we just have speculation and conjecture.
And that's gonna be question number,
Yeah, and
question
if we're
number 2.
thinking
That's
it's a
like, why?
collaborative effort, we don't know exactly who the collaborators were, right? I mean, we don't think it's literally everybody was in on it, right?
No.
They've just been the sergeants.
I think the sergeants
But one
know,
of the
but they're
sergeants
also
was
not
trying
gonna.
to go through the library, and then he got locked out by the colonel. So
It
Unless
was
that's-
probably
that
some of
guy
the.
wasn't
It was probably some of the higher ranking people, and the sergeants are just like gonna protect them or whatever because they
Go
agreed
along
with
with
it.
Then why did everyone hate this guy? That's
yeah.
the motive.
I'm trying to figure out.
Good
Yeah.
question.
Well, yeah, I think question 1 is gonna be who did it. Number 2 is why they do it. It's almost like that's been all the questions.
Then if
So
that's the
where
case,
to next?
Colonel Jenkins might be a good place.
let's check out the guy's
super
office.
sus. I just don't know if he's going to give us anything.
The only other one I think we could check out is Major Smith Thomas's room because he's on better terms with Watson and us. So like he may give us more.
That's why I want to go to his
That's-
room, just because he was the one who like invited us here.
Also, he might be
Yeah.
naked. We could see
It's
him
just-
naked.
It's just common courtesy.
To see him naked.
Yeah, Joe gets the idea.
Sorry.
Okay, so it seems like right now we're between Colonel Jenkins and Smith Thomas.
Yeah, I'm looking at the
So-
number of officers. There are
I
4
think-
officers, or four captains, 3 lieutenants, 3 majors. There's 4 sergeants, or 5. There's a staff sergeant as well, or there's more I'm missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think we should do in memory of World of Warcraft. We should go to Jenkins.
There
I
are
agree.
8 sergeants and a
Jenkins.
staff sergeant. So there's like too many. If we're just like it's all the captains, then there's 4 captains, so that'd be 5 classes if we include the victims.
But would he have?
My only thing with Leroy Jenkins is that I'm so convinced that he's involved somehow that I don't think he'll actually like fess up or give us any answers.
Well, I guess one way to determine it would be like, hey, how did you get along with the colonel? Oh, we got along great. Oh, yeah. We always
Fuck that
saw
guy.
eye to
I
eye
loved
on
him.
everything. Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, we caught him in a lie because they were having an argument.
I mean,
True. Yeah.
Mark and I argue
like
like all the
that.
time when he
I
thinks
was gonna say
mayonnaise
Joe,
and cream
we argue
cheese.
also.
When
Yeah,
when Mark
yeah.
thinks mayonnaise and cream cheese is child abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Joe said ja. He said ya to the like we'll be there and like kick ass at this. But it was right after Mark had said that, and I saw it and I went, Joe loves cream cheese and mayonnaise on stuff. Oh, that's not what he's talking about.
No, it's not what I was referring to.
I wish the previews showed that you were replying to another message. Yeah, so in arguments, not a huge deal to me on a lot of these things, unless there's like a history of it or something.
But we don't know if there's a history of it.
Yeah.
Maybe they never got along on anything ever.
Yeah, but if I
Didn't
also
they say
killed
he'd
one
been
of
in
you
a
guys,
bad
I would
mood
not
for a
tell
while?
anybody else that like, yeah, I hated this guy's guts.
Well, but that would be a thing if he just confessed, like, dude, I hated him, but I wouldn't have killed him.
It's like, we didn't say anyone killed him. Uh-oh.
All right. So, given this discussion, again, leading us back to, it seems like it's either Jenkins or Smith Thomas is the next location.
Mhm.
Who is or what? I think Smith Thomas.
Jenkins.
What do you say, Mark?
Just
I like-
because he was the one who got us here in the first place, so I think talking to him would be a good
Discord
idea.
cut out for you, so I assume you said Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree,
Okay.
Smith Thomas.
None of you guys know how to have fun.
So, well,
Sounds good.
that's 2, and I know Alex 1 for Jenkins. Joe, which one are you?
I'll do Jenkins just because I want Cameron to be the tiebreaker.
Yes!
The number of times
That's
you
not- that's not
refuse to
exciting.
make a decision.
I already said where I stand on this. It's not that exciting. I
Oh.
said I don't think Jenkins is going to give us anything because I think he's guilty.
Yeah, Joe, you could have
So
said
I'd rather
it.
go to the other guy.
I'm gonna stick with my tank driver.
There you go. Sorry, I'm gonna stick with my tank driver. Which, by the way, I tried to get you to be the gunner just because I didn't want you to get too bored as the driver.
I told.
All right, moving on. We can talk about
do-
it,
let's-
Helldiver
yeah, we'll talk about it
strategies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna set my
Oh.
cat free real quick.
Meow.
Okay,
Meow,
well, Cameron's
Shane.
doing
That's
that.
going to good.
We were playing Helldivers last night, and
No, hold on. Let me say what I was gonna say to Joe. I told Joey about it last night. I was like, it's so cute because Joe was like, I just wanted to make sure Alec was having fun, and I was having a lot of fun just driving. But I was like, it was very sweet of him to be like, hey, how are you gonna turn?
I want to make sure that I'm not hogging all the action.
so Mark in Helldivers, they added fairly recently. They added a new car. It's a tank, and it requires a minimum 2 people to operate, 1 to drive, 1 to fire the guns. And so it requires a lot of communication, and we've kind of tried it in the past with limiting success. But those 2 last night, were having a blast.
Made
Going-
it fucking work for us.
I think part of it was that it was not in like a city.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
incredibly helpful.
Yeah, the open terrain really helped, except for those few times where it wasn't.
Yeah, could have been a slightly better.
And
but
I wouldn't use it against bugs or squids probably.
what about against the Hive Lord or the Dragon Roach?
The Hive Lord, I have seen people do it on the YouTube, where it can be pretty effective.
I don't see it
But,
being useful against. Well, it could be useful against the bots, or not the bots, the squids, because you break their shield with a harvester and then one shot the thing. Yeah, I could see it. But the hordes, I'm worried
it's the
about.
hordes. Yeah.
Well,
that's
it's
when
actually really funny that you say
you
that
have
because
chaff
I don't
cover
know
on
if
the
the
two
hordes
sides.
can actually damage the tank.
They,
Oh, that's fair.
but then you just have the two side gunners pop up to cover those while the other ones are taking out
You
the big
would have
guys.
to have a
It's a full team for once.
I totally agree.
All right, cameras.
Okay,
whatever
cat's
you do.
out. Let's go. Get to it. Come on, guys.
There's the minute that Corey owed us. We just wasted it.
The camera knows it's a minute now. Anyway,
23. Watson takes us to Smith Thomas's bedchamber. We find a private banging.
trying to
on the
private
door.
banging.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. We find a
Close to
private
public thing.
banging on the door while turning the doorknob, but to no
Military
avail.
guy. Got it.
What's happening, Private? Asks Watson. It's the Major. He's not answering. Tried to wake him up. He didn't go to bed early.
Oh no.
I thought he wanted to sleep in. But he'd never sleep so late in the day. I'm worried. Terribly worried. How do you know he's in this room? He may have gone out and locked it. No, sir. I have a key. I tried opening it. The door is locked from the inside. To demonstrate the veracity of his last statement, he takes a key out of his pocket, slides it into the keyhole, and tries opening the door, failing again. The private walks away from the door, leaving room for Watson to try and turn. He also fails opening the door using the key. Watson steps back, takes a good breath, and throws himself at the door, trying to force it open. A huge crack is heard, but the door remains closed.
Try it again.
Wiggins, Private, give me a hand here, orders Watson. Watson counts to 3, and 3 shoulders together hit the door. This time, the crack is louder and the door gives way. The 3 men are dragged inside by their momentum. Oh my God, cries out the private. Ian, no, it can't be, wails Watson. As we enter the room, we see the dreadful scene that made the private scream. A man in full military attire. Doodle, you're pushing it, lady. Man in full military attire is hanging in the middle of the room. The body is suspended by a rope, one end of which is attached to the ceiling hook, while the other is tied around the man's neck. We are petrified at the sight of the body slowly self-turning, twisting, and untwisting. Bro.
Hey, that's why he's not going anywhere.
Ha!
There. The arms hang limply along the body.
I would be surprised if they were doing anything else.
The feet of Major Smith Thomas are only 6 inches or so from the floor, but these 6 inches have been sufficient to cause his death. Help me unhook him, says Watson in a wobbly, disembodied voice. Watson grabs the body by the legs and lifts it while the private climbs on a chair by the body and unties the rope from the ceiling hook. Wiggins then helps Watson to carefully lie down Smith Thomas' lifeless body on the bed, which is on the left side, against the wall. Watson takes a handkerchief out of his pocket and wipes his face, and more specifically his eyes. After blowing his nose and putting the handkerchief back in his pocket, Watson looks at his body's friends. I'd say he's been dead for 4 or 5 hours.
Body's friend.
Dead by hanging.
Nothing.
I say body's friend.
You did.
Watson looks at his friend's body. I'd say he's been dead for 4 or 5 hours. Dead by hanging, a horrific death. Doesn't seem to have been drugged. No blunt force trauma? No blunt force trauma, says the knowledgeable physician Watson. You think it's suicide, asks Wiggins. I don't know, replies Watson dryly. I'm sorry, Wiggins. I'm under a lot of strain. Ian was a very dear friend. I don't know. Search the room and see if you can find a document or anything that would give us some insight onto what happened. Private, are you willing to help us, Wiggins? Wait, Private, are you willing to help Wiggins? You were the Major's orderly. Well then, maybe be able to spot some inconsistencies. Yes, sir. Wiggins and the private start looking around. Wiggins stops before the desk, next to the bed. There's nothing on top of it, except a photo of a woman. Who is this woman in the picture? Asks Wiggins. His sister, Mrs. Hope Grasso, answers the private. She lives here in London. Someone will have to inform her of the Major's demise. I met her, says Watson. He was the only family Ian got. I will go see her. There's nothing in the drawers, only blank sheets of paper and dip pens, says Wiggins. Look at that, exclaims the private from the fireplace. He is on his knees, moving the still glowing embers around. It looks like the Major's documents were thrown in the fire. He looks in the fireplace and withdraws a document, barely burnt, having withstood the fire. In the middle of the page, written in a small yet legible handwriting, History of the Royal Regiment of Berkshire of Princess Charlotte of Wales, 66th Infantry Company C during the Second Afghan War. It seems to be the only page that has not burnt. Don't touch the ashes, Private. There might be some clues left. Do not let anyone in, except the authorities. Yes, sir. As we leave the room, the private closes the broken door and begins to stand guard. It seems that there is no one in the private's quarters. A brief glance in the room reveals nothing worthwhile. We leave, failing to make any progresses in the matter.
I think we definitely made progress in the matter.
All right. Well, this has just turned into a double homicide.
Well,
No,
I
I
think
think they're
it's
just both
two murders.
suicides. I think they're unrelated.
I think his was a suicide, but I
his
think
is
the
only
other
6
guy-
inches off the
fact that-
ground. So, like, that's
Right.
totally possible to do it himself.
But 3 feet?
But also, yeah, because it was locked from the inside. So, but it
Right,
was
right.
FF23. So, if
But
we go
hey,
to the
so was
first
the other
floor,
case where the girl fell out the window, so
Clearly, suicide runs rampant in that room.
wait,
in this
so
house.
I want you
It's
to
a
take a
murder
look
house.
at the
It's the house.
FF23 does not have a window attached to it. This is the only way in and out of this room. So it's not like
Well, shit.
it's not like somebody else could have gotten in here, killed him, and locked it from the inside.
Is there a dumbwaiter in this room?
No.
Dang.
A
learned
small
our
man with
No,
a dart gun
I
is not
think the
leading down the
Major
hall.
killed the original victim.
And then killed
So you
himself.
think the
But how would
Major killed-
Sherlock
Yeah.
know? Because he wasn't worried that the guy was leaving.
Because he knew he killed himself already.
Yeah.
Maybe, so getting back to,
That was
I guess,
only-
He was
Alex
suicidal, I swear.
He only
Mhm.
killed
Right,
himself
getting-
4 hours ago, right?
Yeah. So I was going to say, getting back to Alex theory, maybe he wanted Sherlock there to meet him for his, like, one last, this is my last thing on my bucket list before I do what I do.
Was Smith Thomas the one that was infatuated or whatever with Sherlock? Wrong
so.
word, but I thought that was David Murray.
I thought it was James Thomas.
I didn't write it down. I didn't even. Yeah, I was zoned out at that point when you were reading through that one.
We were invited by Major Ian Smith Thomas.
I mean, yeah, because he invited Watson. He was Watson's friend. Watson was crying.
Like a bitch. Okay.
Guess that
Yeah,
would be
nice guy.
in the 100 Southwest.
Yeah, it was
Tell
part of the
him
100
it's a house.
Southwest. That's when that started coming up that somebody really liked Sherlock.
Holmes always so dramatic. I believe he enjoys seeing me distressed. I would like to introduce you to Murray. Murray saved me, blah, blah, blah. So Murray, we get introduced to Murray.
Start with that girl in the video, to the right.
Holmes and I arrived at 8 p.m. Major Smith Thomas welcomed us at the door. A cordial welcome. He seemed really happy to see us. We were immediately joined by Colonel Edwards and Lieutenant Dubell. I'm not seeing the whole this person was following us around thing.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, but we've said it enough that where I'm convinced somebody heard it.
I thought it was in 100 Southwest. There was
That's
someone
what he's
who was
reading
like-
through.
That's what yeah. So this is talking about Sir James' military career and then his personal life. And then this is talking about I saw Captain Lewis chatting with the Major in front of his room's doors.
Because being really
So
happy to
he-
see two
that-
people. I'm like, if
So
one of them's your
it's-
friend.
So I saw Captain Lewis chat with the Major in front of his room's doors. That's it. He seemed upset. Captain Lewis, I mean. But he's been in a very bad mood for weeks now. So Captain Lewis was specifically in a bad mood after talking with Smith Thomas. And then next day, Smith Thomas is found dead hanging in his room. Yeah. Oh, here we go. A charming young man, this Lieutenant Dubell. He immediately befriended Holmes.
Lieutenant
And made sure he
Dubell.
had everything he needed. There we go. Dobble, Dubell, I don't know. It's spelt like Dubell, but it could just
His
be
name is
Dobble.
Lieutenant Alfred Dubell, or whatever. Lieutenant
Yes.
Dubell immediately.
His chambers are FF13.
Yeah, I have. Okay, so Captain Lewis is FF11. We are just in FF23. We could see if Captain Lewis will tell us what he was talking about with Major Thomas. I think Dubell was just like, hey, this guy's famous. Wait, FF11 is... Yes, we already went to the Sergeant's bedchamber, and that's where Captain Lewis is. No, Captain Lewis's bedchamber is 3. I just wrote that down wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, Captain
Or
Lewis,
maybe,
FF3, Sergeant's bedroom's FF11.
I wonder if maybe Smith Thomas was having like second thoughts about the murder or something, and then
I don't know.
Lewis was upset that he was.
Killed himself
Flaking on it?
because he couldn't go. He couldn't stop it, but also didn't want it to happen or whatever. And
Yeah.
I feel like he would just
What's
report
the-
the people then.
What's the importance of the history page?
That's what I was going to say. That's why it would be nice to, or hopefully, talk to either Mycroft or isn't there a historian?
Yes.
Is there?
There's Lomax, the librarian, but I'm pretty sure there was a historian.
I thought there was. a
I just saw the
historian.
current events and then the.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess it would just be Mycroft at that point. I swear
Yeah.
there was a historian at some point.
Well, there's O'Brien is like the National Archives, but
Right, but
That's
that's
like
legal and
legal
criminal
criminal
records.
yeah.
Mycroft would be more for like, politics, government, and then,
Yeah.
foreign affairs. But, like historical foreign affairs. Not so much the Henry Ellis type.
Right. There's just not really a specific historian informant, it seems like.
Right.
Maybe we should talk to Mycroft.
There was still Jenkins that Alec wanted to do. I don't know if he still wants to. Shut up, I'm speaking for you. You want to go to Jenkins.
My bad.
Maybe
Why-
Jenkins is dead too.
Lieutenant Colonel Edward Jenkins is in FF6.
Let's see. Is there a consulate for
No, there will be no Afghanistan consulate.
man? One can hope.
No, not at this time. Remember that at this time, Afghanistan is not a recognized country. It is just borders on a map. The government, quote unquote, of Afghanistan is just a bunch of local tribes people and tribal councils.
I didn't look.
I don't know this because I went to public school in America.
I too went to public school in America, but history is my thing.
But Joe's a pre-Republican, so.
Oh wait, sorry.
I didn't realize that FF11 Sergeant's Bedchamber was where the girl from the last episode threw herself out the window. Sorry, she defenestrated herself unsuccessful. Well, I guess she did successfully defenestrate herself.
She successfully
Yeah.
demonstrated herself.
She did. She did not succeed in killing herself.
Unaliving.
But the most famous defenestrations result in the victim being still alive.
The funniest ones.
Just like the one that started the 30 Years' War.
Okay.
Right. Back on track.
So,
It's not even that long for a war.
You're right. Not compared to the 100 Years' War.
okay, so we're
Anywho.
talking Minecraft or
Minecraft.
yep.
What if we recreate all of these murders in Minecraft?
I am not building out the Carlton house.
We have time for that
Okay,
tonight.
so we got Mycroft, Jenkins. Technically, there is still Meeks. There is Henry Ellis. And then there are still technically other officers at the manor that we have not spoken with. I mean, I guess if what's his name? Who was the last one to see? Not Dobble. I mean, I guess we could go see Dobble. Dobble was the one infatuated with Sherlock. Who was the last one to see Smith Thomas?
Wasn't the private, was it? Would have been the
No.
Lieutenant Colonel Jenkins. Or no, that was the guy who discovered the body. Captain Lewis. Captain Lewis was
Thank
the
you.
one at the
Lewis.
chat. Yeah.
Let's see. Does he have a room?
Yeah, FF3, which is directly across the
What do
hall.
you think?
Well, not directly across the hall,
So-
but like 4 is across the hall, 3's next to it.
I guess it depends on what we're trying to go for. So if we want to go talk to Lewis,
Whose murder are we
about-
trying to solve, or whose death?
That's
The
fair.
first one.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm off of Lewis's room.
You didn't mark
So I'm
FF3 Captain Lewis with pink. Don't know if you wanted to.
I will, just in case. So FF3. Alright, so what are people thinking?
I think it takes a big dog to weigh a pound.
What?
Thinking pasta.
I'm back on the Leroy Jenkins train, dude.
Yeah.
The guy who found the
Everyone's
body.
back on the Jenkins train.
Or no, sorry, Lieutenant Colonel Jenkins was the one who stopped the guy who discovered the body from entering the library on the ground floor, and then that forced him to go up and use the first floor entrance into the library.
Well, there you go. That's suspicious.
It's library.
Oh, it's called a libberry. Come on.
My bad, guys.
I really should have like a second note or whatever that just has like the current timeline of events or whatever that we think, instead of just like, oh yeah, this note gave, or like this one gave us this one gave us this. Just like, here's what's important from all these. But why would I do that? Somebody else can handle that. We should have why don't we have a Google Doc for all of these things?
Just do like a mood board.
There you go.
You know, why am I taking notes in Notepad? Or when we could just have a Google Doc that we all share.
Look at me. I'm the
You-
DM.
You would not like my notes.
Alex stopped taking notes because he just reads mine.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah.
don't know if I ever started taking notes.
Well, your notes are just so good, Matt, you know?
They are riddled with spelling mistakes and just small errors that throw us off sometimes. Okay, so
and
we
that's
have
why we only listen to your notes some of the time.
FF3, FF13, which I don't remember what the 13 one is. That looks like Lieutenant Dubell's chamber. Ground floor 3 is Lieutenant Colonel Jenkins. I don't think we need to go to the snooker room. Go into
We're
there.
hungry.
Well, that's where like the pistols are.
Not where the snickerdoodles are.
I wish.
No, that's a different room.
We go to that one.
They keep those in the kitchen.
Next to the dumbwaiter.
So the kitchen was integral to the last case.
It was.
Also, Mark, I saw on like your ground floor map. Yeah, you have 50 marked down there. Is that from the last case? The Lodge of the Coachman. Okay. I wanted to make sure that I carry over, or I missed something.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Mycroft, a guy who stopped the person from discovering the body, the guy that is upset with the other guy who killed himself that we think. I think those are our 3 main leads.
We're going to talk to Leroy Jenkins just to get the meme out of the way.
That are we all
Yeah,
in
if this
favor?
helps with the case, that's just a bonus. It's
Not even all in
really-
favor, because I'm not in favor. But it seems like majority in favor.
I mean, I think
I have to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
Corey is
We've-
apparently also in favor of Leroy Jenkins.
Perfect.
Thanks,
well,
Corey.
so that means your vote is now for Leroy Jenkins. So
That's what I heard.
fine, we count her vote as 1.5, so it beats out yours. All of our significant others can overwrite any one of our votes at any time. So.
Our significant others don't override our votes. That's not how this works.
Mhm.
Well, I'm just
Yeah,
saying
they
they're
need to
worth
stay in their
1.5. So,
Well, at least you didn't say 3/5.
no, Mark's
that debate.
vote is worth 3/5.
Ah,
Oh, it's
I
not
should have it. I should have it noted to the community that Mark
Not allowed to
is
eat that.
not black.
the food of my people.
Fun fact: Mark, not black.
I feel like I have to clarify for the audience because who knows? Someone new may turn up and watch this years down the line, and we'll
It's
all get canceled
going to
for
be
being
Mark.
black.
Mark is the.
Well, they should.
Mark's told me that he is the one who's primarily watched all of our past cases.
Yeah, they should have just watched a VOD from like 2021 where you can clearly see he's Indian.
No,
Mm-hmm.
the first one of the year that we streamed, we were all on camera. The only
That is
problem
true.
is Mark
It is.
had a light on behind him, so he was very shadowed in the video.
What are you talking about? You mean the window I had in the background?
He was heavily melanized.
I am back. Just in time
Right.
to hear Joe go.
So apparently we are going to Jenkins because it seems like that is what it is majority based.
Nobody else is strongly opposed to
apparently-
anything else and has ideas for where else to go. So
And Alec deserves
Yeah.
Yeah,
I- My only 2 are Dubell and Mycroft.
I still
Alec
want to
could
do
use
Mycroft.
W.
I don't know about
Thanks,
Dubell.
guy.
I don't really know what we hope to learn from him.
Just if he was following Sherlock all night, maybe he saw something if he was walking around and doing a bunch of shit.
That was my OG thought.
Can you get me his autograph?
So
Oh my god,
Jenkins
it's Sherlock!
Can I get the hat?
is ground floor 3.
Study flat.
Lieutenant Colonel Jenkins seems to be fully absorbed by paperwork when we enter his study. Excuse us, Colonel Jenkins, says Watson. We are here to investigate Sir James' death. Would you help us? Jenkins settles himself comfortably in his armchair and looks at us before answering.
No.
I have no standing for discussing this matter. I suggest you talk to Colonel Edwards. Before Watson can say another word, Jenkins resumes his work as if we were not here.
All right, I took the best notes of the night on that one.
So talk to Colonel Edwards.
No, it just says Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
All right, so Colonel Edwards,
Okay, I gotta make another note. Alec was very persistent that we go to this clue. All right.
As he should.
So was Corey.
So there you go.
Hell yeah.
My part in the history book will not be recorded. I'm okay with that.
Joe was a yes vote early on. He was an early adopter.
I was indeed. But hey, Matt didn't record that, so it's fine.
Well, you spoke too soon.
Well, shit. God damn it.
So where to?
We're in the rabbit hole now. Who's Colonel Edward? Where is he?
Colonel Edwards is the host. He is currently in his office, is what we were told in Southwest 11 or 100.
Well then, you have my vote.
Are we
Wait,
gonna keep
where?
going?
Where is he in?
The hole? His office.
You said Southwest?
It's no Southwest 100 told us he was in his office. His office is GF 1780.
Oh, the.
Get comfortable.
Is it a long clue?
Which clue?
You said get comfortable, so I assume that means that it's a long clue, the one that you were just talking
I
about.
was telling Doodle to get comfortable because she kept pacing back and forth on my stomach, and I'm trying to look at the laptop and also hold up the casebook.
Sounds like he's got a lot
Actually,
to juggle
sorry,
right
this is
there.
how I talk to Corey. I'm back talking my wife. She needs to be put in her place. Actually, she is in her place. She's actively in the kitchen,
Oh, perfect.
holding a knife.
Oh boy.
Is that what she stole from the kitchen earlier?
Oh, I have no idea what she stole from the kitchen earlier. She's eating watermelon. She's cutting up, I think, Brownie and Doodle's cucumber and watermelon for their dinner.
Watermelon.
Watermelon. Right.
Okay,
So-
I don't think following the next person, because I've followed one of these things before, and it did not pan out. It was just a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, fine.
I rolled a 5.
You did.
Crushed it. Nailed it. Now what?
Five on our list was H.R. Murray. If we take out David Murray, though, that means we go to Minecraft.
Boom. PM wins. We're going to Minecraft. Actually, no, seriously.
Okay, wait, hold on. I want to.
Does anyone have any other suggestions?
Nope, Minecraft.
Mark was very persistent. We go to this clue. Putting that in the notes. Just,
Hey, I've also been a Mycroft day one. Put me out there. I'm willing to
Cameron
take the bullet. if it
is
sucks.
indeed a Minecraft Day 1.
I like totals.
Alec does indeed like turtles.
that was a cool die.
Don't put Stan. There's no reason to put Stan.
I was hoping to get away with that one. All right, we can go to Minecraft if you want. We already wasted one clue. What's another one?
We probably wasted like 4 clues, to be honest.
We've only been to 4 clues.
What is his?
SW8.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Is that the Dionysus Club?
The Diogenes Club?
Yep.
It is.
Idiot.
Okay.
Go on.
At the Diogenes Club, we are told that Mycroft Holmes did not come in today.
Cocksucker. At least he took Stan off of mine. That's. God damn it.
some
mean,
clue,
we-
guys. What do you think?
Hey, it was worth a shot.
Mm-hmm. Same with Leroy Jenkins.
It was.
Now, can we check up on what Edward is doing?
On the who's a what's it?
Now, can we check up on what Edward is doing?
Follow the rabbit hole. Yeah. why not?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I
I
don't
made a
have-
new note in what Mycroft is on our POIs.
Mm-hmm.
Useless. Yeah.
I have lost the plot onto everywhere we can go. The map is gone for me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna reload though. All right, D&D Beyond. I no longer get a map. Oh wait, hold on. It's working.
Mycroft was that useless. He crashed our D&D Beyond.
Sounds about right.
Well, that's just the Diogenes Club. I'm pretty sure his office is elsewhere.
Doesn't matter. In our informant's page, he is at the Diogenes Club.
Mm-hmm.
The government office is 14 SW,
No.
and the home office is 93 SW.
Yeah, let's check both of those.
All right, we're doing it.
That's
Oh my
that's our
God.
post. No, that's our post game analysis, Mark.
All right, so where are we going?
Edward.
Back to the Somerset house.
That's 30 East Central. Wait, that's Somerset House is Henry Ellis. That's 30 East Central. Edward is Edward Hall at the Old Bailey.
Somerset house is West Central 17.
You ever drink Bailey's from a shoe?
Oh,
No,
That's
I
the
am
records
not.
of births, deaths, marriages, and wills.
oh, Somerset
Say
House
a
is
Bailey
the actual
Shoey?
name of the place.
Yeah.
Okay, so are
no.
we going to Somerset House?
No, that was I messed up. I meant to say Carlton House.
Oh,
So what part?
I don't know yet, but I don't know why we would ever check out the records of births, deaths, marriages, and wills. That for this one.
Let's go to the War Office.
There's a war
there we
office.
go.
They're
The Department
government
of
offices,
War?
people.
Oh no,
There's
Mark's still
government-
trying to find Mycroft.
There's government, colonial, foreign, home office, India office, printing office, and war office.
And he could be at any of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sold on War Office.
Okay, hold
I'm
on,
back.
hold on. We never talked to Captain Lewis in FF3, who was upset with the Major.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the idea, considering the number of captains there are, that the captains were all involved in this.
Yep. Still a pet fan theory of mine.
Are we going to FF3?
I like
like that.
FF3. I don't think we have many other places to check at this point.
I think we go to all of the government offices.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just need to know. the
You
why.
can do that at 10:05 p.m. and read it out very loudly and see if Corey gets upset.
Not if we solve this instantly by going to the government office.
Boom. All right. Well,
Okay,
there you go.
Captain
You
Lewis.
convinced me. Go to FF33.
FF33?
No, just
Oh,
FF3.
did FF3?
Captain Lewis's bedchamber.
You're a bedchamber.
You're a town.
Oh. Oh snap.
Oh, I was just about to say that.
I thought you actually pulled to FF3 and saw there was like a good clue.
I haven't gotten there yet. Okay. FF3. The captain's bedchamber is a well-kept military accommodation. The bed is done with care. The small wardrobe contains only military uniforms. Wiggins calls in Private Reese, Captain Lewis's orderly. Have you seen Captain Lewis today? No, sir. I haven't seen Captain Lewis all day. When I knocked at his door this morning, no one answered. He hadn't slept in his bed.
It is
Hadn't
bread.
slept in
Let's get
his
this,
bed.
Brent.
Didn't show up for breakfast.
Colonel
What about
Sanders.
yesterday evening? Colonel Edwards ordered me to bring 7 glasses of wine in the library as I was leaving. Captain Lewis and Major Smith Thomas came in. It was the last time I saw of him. Of course, after Sir James' body was discovered, it was chaos. I really don't know what happened after that.
Wait, hold on. Weren't there a pair of glasses or something that were fine in the library? So
right.
that makes up the remaining one. So there were 7.
Right.
5 of them were in the thing. Yeah, okay.
5 in the fire, 2 on the table. All right, so they're all
The math
accounted.
checked out.
Okay, so they ordered 7 glasses of wine. They were brought in
And murdered him.
Well, it sounds like somebody didn't partake. They expected 7 people, but one of them still had wine in it and wasn't there. And I'm wondering if that was Major Thomas. Because, like, we knew one of them, if Mark goes back to the library, one of them says one of them had wine in it still. Or something like that.
Yeah, claret.
Yeah. So it sounds like the Sir Saunders and the other guys' glasses were remain fine, but the other 5, everybody who took part in it, their glasses ended up in the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So that changes my number of suspects from 4 to 5. Okay, so all we learned was that who ordered the wine?
Who ordered the poo-poo platter?
Colonel Edwards.
And he's the one that likes Sherlock.
Colonel Edwards is the host of this
Oh.
shindig.
He's the host. Okay.
So not the Sherlock file.
In the officers list, he is the first one listed. Then we have Jenkins right below him. So Colonel Edwards ordered 7 glasses of wine. The guy brought him in, and that was it. Or like that's the last he saw of like Sir Thomas.
What questions are we trying to answer? Do we think?
We still need motive, and
yeah,
technically,
I
who
put it to
was
bed.
involved in the conspiracy?
Yeah, who killed what's his face? Why?
Because there's
And
the
then
Major killed him.
we think there's multiple people involved though.
right.
He was probably the most shaky in the conspiracy group.
Well, he died of suicide. Like there are, if we want to go, there are 3 majors and 3 lieutenants. But I don't think I should be putting as much. And Dubel is a lieutenant, but I don't think I should be putting much stuff into the specific numbers of these anymore.
Right. Well, yeah, because there's also that room of skeezy captains,
Sergeants.
sergeants.
NCOs, technically. Non-coms.
Okay, let's go back through this. Captain Lewis, FF3, we went to that. Major, FF23, that's where we found his dead body. Library, Sergeant's bedchambers. No one apparently remembers seeing the victim enter the library. Well, if they didn't see him enter the library and he was 3 feet off the ground, is there a chance that his body was tied up and tossed off the overlook in the first floor?
I would have been found by now.
Well, I'm just saying, like, because the guy was 3 feet off the ground. And, like, there was an overturned chair, but I imagine that could have been from trying to get his body down because they also cut the rope. So getting him up there, they would have had to, like, really hold him up there. Unless they tied him up and threw him from, like, the overlook. At the library gallery, I mean. Because the library gallery is also where the guy had to go through to find the body. So if the doors to the library lower were locked, maybe for like an officer meeting or whatever, nobody was allowed in, and so the murder happened upstairs. There is a dumbwaiter in the room next to the gallery. The living room / Jules' room.
More dumbwaiter chicanery.
So we could check out FF18, Library's Gallery, to see if there's anything up there that could have signs of like the struggle or whatever up there. I don't know if that's gonna involve anything, but the 3 feet's like really high to, even with multiple people, to hoist somebody up. Like that's just awkward.
Right. Like I do agree that,
because 3 feet's where he was when he was at the lowest. They had to have him even higher to drop him.
Right, and they said there was a chair below it, like directly below him.
Which
what it said.
Imagine in the Hubbaloo to get him down could have happened because he was so high up there. The guy had to get on a chair to get the other guy down when he was only 6 inches off the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to go talk to Major Smith Thomas's sister, Hope Glasgow?
That's what I had a thought about that.
I don't think I spelled her name right, but
how many places have we been to?
Oh, don't ask.
Don't tell.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Because it's military.
5,
Nice one,
6,
Joe.
7.
I don't know if we have any more places.
We have gotten good at everyone. I'm okay going to a couple because technically we've gone to 5 and gotten clues. I know we're going to include the other one for points, but we haven't gone to we've gone to 5 of them for information.
I kind of feel like the sister is just going to hint towards the fact that it was suicide, which I think we've already kind of deduced.
The gallery? Or the sister, you mean? Or
The sister?
Yeah, the sister. I misheard you.
Yeah, I think maybe the most we get out of her is like, oh yeah, he's been off these last couple weeks or something. Like something's weighing on his mind.
Or I haven't heard from him in months, despite the fact that we live so close.
Right.
On the other hand, it could have been like he was there visiting with her or something like that, because he did have a picture of her, so I imagine they're on decent terms. And talked about not necessarily the plot, but like bad history in the regiment, like a certain person to vent to that he could trust.
Possibly.
So she's gonna spill on like motive or something? Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not entirely convinced.
I'm not either, but this game has a way of doing that kind of stuff. A lot of the places that we're like, what are we going to get here? Oh, that's completely different, but like way more helpful.
I think the Major did it because of the thing he threw in the fire, which is probably some documentation that says they did something very wrong and covered it up.
I wouldn't doubt
the death.
I wouldn't doubt that you're right, that the officer who died, that caused the battlefield promotion was like an act of incompetence or somewhat of a mutiny or whatever, and that led to the battle being a loss because it's such a tragic battle.
But how do we know? How could we find out what was on that paper?
Talking to Mycroft.
I knew Mark was going to say that. I almost said it too as a joke, but
Well, actually, you know what we
He's
could
got an
do?
unburned copy.
Unironically, we could actually talk to the War Office and be like, hey, what actually happened at that battle? And they'd be like, oh, it was a total fucking disaster. This dumbass led everyone to their deaths. And we actually had to suppress an internal revolt inside the officer corps over it. So the fact that he's dead is not entirely surprising to us. And it's like,
Maybe they all committed some war crimes, and he was feeling guilty about it and was going to leak it. They killed him to cover it up.
So yeah, I'm mostly on board with all of this in terms of like, again, I think that whoever the 5 are, they're obviously suspects.
Uh-oh, Mark's gone.
Uh-oh.
God.
get closer to your mic.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
Okay.
Mycroft took your comms.
I do think there are 5 people that killed what's his bucket.
Sir Thomas, right?
And I think
Saunders.
Someone had mentioned that they had potentially done something wrong, and that either they felt ashamed or what have you.
That was our theory.
And so I think that's why they threw the glasses in the fire, if that wasn't already mentioned. But I also think the other 2 glasses, I think it was a vote, and it got voted 5-2 in favor of killing.
That's why there were 5 glasses in there and 2 not.
Right. So there were 2 people who are still proud to be in the regiment. The other 5 are not. And it's something that, what's his bucket, the guy who died, whatever he did, something he did led to this disbandment of the troop.
I wouldn't be surprised if Captain Lewis was involved because he was upset with the major for voting against this. Like, the major did not throw his glass in there.
What if Lewis and the major were the 2 that voted against it, and everyone else was for it?
That could be.
Well, also, it said Lewis had been upset for a while, right?
It just said that they were in an argument, and so he was upset. Or not an argument, he was upset during his conversation with the major.
I thought it said he had been upset for like a couple weeks or something.
I could have misheard.
I don't even know which clue that would have been.
100 SW. So that's where we found out that Captain Lewis was in a conversation with the major and upset. I didn't remember if it said anything else about him being upset for a long time.
Question: do we think this murder was premeditated?
Yes, because they had to have the rope to do it.
No.
Do you think that it was something that the Sir James Saunders said at the thing that like pushed for it or something? Because it's been 9 years since like the battle.
It could be that the other.
That's what
like,
I'm just. Yeah. Like, I'm just curious if, like, the fact that they all are in the same place at the same time. Why the 7th reunion? 9th reunion?
9.
I guess what's significant about 9?
Germans.
The number of men who died at the battle that day. I don't know.
There are 10 officers other than the colonel, lieutenant colonel. 3 majors, 4 captains, 3 lieutenants.
Yeah, I can't imagine this wasn't premeditated. Like, I can't imagine like all 5 of them just did it in like the heat of the moment, like a crime of passion. Yeah,
because it was the heat of the moment.
See, they were trying to see. They were voting on if this guy should be allowed into their version of the Diogenes Club, and they said no. So the only other option is death.
So why were we invited? Why was Watson invited?
Because he was a friend of one of the people there.
Yeah, he was friends of the guy who committed suicide.
right. So maybe Thomas was trying to get him to stop it because he knew it was happening, but he couldn't.
I thought that was just kind of like, hey, we're old buddies from a military thing. We're having this military get together and stuff. You used to be in the military. if you're a friend, you want to come partake. And then that was
Also,
just
keep in mind that the guy that is friends with Watson, technically speaking, he didn't participate in the battle. Remember, he was in the field hospital with Watson.
Yeah, this is true.
Also, the fact that Watson made a point to say he never technically made it into the actual
Regiment.
regiment. So it seems like this is his first time going to one of these events.
100
Seems like it.
SW. I have a thing. Victim was given battlefield promotion, so the victim, Sir James Saunders, was a colonel, right?
Yeah,
That's pretty high up there.
correct.
Well, no, I'm saying like I hadn't, because we got asked before about his rank, and I
Because
never.
his dad was a general.
His dad
He
was the
was-
general.
Who would benefit from his death?
And then they also have
Nobody.
a son who is at the Royal Military Asylum, which is not far from here, according to Murray.
The War Office could tell us some more details about the battle that maybe weren't made public.
But then why would they tell us?
Watson could pull
Because
rank.
he's nicely.
Because this is a game.
Well, Watson could say something about there because we do have him with us on this one.
We do.
Want to go talk to his son?
Hmm.
Do we think
Son
he's
Roger is
involved
at the
at all?
Royal Military
Well,
Asylum.
not that he's involved, but he could give us information on the history about like the potential why.
Seems like we're not going to get a whole lot from these army dudes.
No,
No.
especially because if they're all in on it, right?
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Or
maybe
do we
the son
think we
could have his
genuinely
own-
have enough to solve the thing?
Okay, wait, on what do you think the motive is then?
I think either something Alec or Joe said, or one of you said something of like, again, having done something wrong. I don't know the specifics, but the colonel, former colonel, because his dad was general, when he took over as commanding officer, or something he did, or maybe it was the reason why the original colonel died in the first place. It was a poor decision on his part that led to this disdain for him.
And the major decided to get everybody together to kill him to hide it, and then hated that he did that, so he burned the evidence and killed himself.
No, I think the major committed suicide. I think the major voted against
The murder.
the murder.
Why would they have killed him too then?
They
No,
Did-
he didn't.
He committed suicide.
Right, but if they clued him in on the fact that they were going to do a murder, I think that's what Alec is getting at. Like,
Yeah,
why would
so-
they
Oh,
Let
leave
him-
that loose end?
well, I guess they could have, and then
To be clear, I think he killed himself, but I just don't think it makes sense that they'd be like, "Hey, help us kill this guy," and he's like, "No," and then they're just like, "All right, well, we're gonna do it."
We're gonna go kill him now.
Semper Fi, am I right?
Well, somebody pick something because I'm fading.
Yeah,
you guys know I have an early bedtime.
I don't know.
call a reference to the fact that we called you while you were asleep.
Oh yeah.
Okay, military office, I think is a good.
I say
check.
go to the military office just because I'm curious now.
I say questions.
Let's at least hit the military office and then we will do the questions.
All right. So the War Office is 11 Southwest. Let's see.
Mycroft is actually at the War Office today, and
He's
Mark
probably at the Home Office.
Mark gets real
The
happy.
door is locked.
He's either at the Home Office or the Government Office. Those are the other two offices. Okay. General Roberts looks rather distraught, and we soon find out why when we ask him what he knows about the death of Sir James Saunders. This case kept me awake all night. I have no public statement to make. A formal investigation is underway. The preliminary report indicates that Sir James has committed suicide, but I do not expect the official report for several days. Goodbye.
Ah, fuck you.
Wait.
So, questions?
Questions?
Matt was very persistent. We go to this. All right, now we've all been.
It was Joe.
Joe agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Alec.
Joe will
wanted
never
to
do that again.
Do questions instead. Then play Helldivers. All right, are we good for questions? Or this
Sure.
would be a record for us at only 2 hours.
I don't think we're gonna get very much right,
Yeah, neither do I.
I concur.
but I also don't really know what other clues we should go to. So
Do we? Okay, before we do the questions, do we want to try doing a recap and see if we connect any other dots?
No, that usually happens while we're answering the questions.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Question 1. Mark, we cannot hear you.
Is that better?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, we did not hear anything you said.
Question 1. Who killed James Saunders?
The
The
major.
officer corps of the
You
Oh,
said
we think it was the
the-
officer corps, right?
officer corps of the regiment.
And then, why was he killed?
Office corps. It was
For poor
Steve Carell and gang.
For poor decisions made during the Battle of Miranda. What?
Mwanda. Hotel Mwanda.
All right. And then, who killed Smith?
Or was it
Thomas
the fact that he
in
was a
three?
Nepo baby?
who killed Smith Thomas?
Himself.
He's the one. Yeah, this is
Smith
major.
Thomas.
Sewer slide. Self.
I misspelled Smith.
Smosh.
Right. And then, second series, what did Captain Lewis and Major Smith Thomas have in common?
They were related.
Hangings.
What did the captain?
No, Lewis didn't die.
Oh, captain.
What did Captain Lewis and who?
Major Smith Thomas have in common?
They were
I
wounded
think
at the
they
battle.
were the two no votes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
What was the name? So this is question 5. What was the name of Sir James' mistress?
Mistress?
Excuse me?
It was the sister. It
Yeah,
had to
this
be
is-
the sister.
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of
What's her name?
Stacy.
Oh, wait, who's mistress?
Sir James, the guy who died.
The Sir James.
Sir James.
I was gonna say the victim, and then I changed it.
You could just put James apostrophe.
Sir James? The Sir James?
It's at
Right,
like
and
Sir
then,
Mix-a-Lot.
Oh, it was.
Last question.
It was Mrs. Hope Glasgow, or
Grasso. Or Grasso. Or, I don't know.
Kirk Lazarus.
Hope, whatever.
Who, that's the sister? Who is
Type
that?
in
That
the
was the
type in the
sister.
G again.
I don't think that's the mistress. I
oh
don't think
yeah,
we
because I
learned the
typed
name.
Glasgow earlier, but like I don't know if that's right.
No, it's Grass something. Grass. Oh, it's just Grasso.
Matt spelled Leroy wrong.
Grasso.
I spelled who wrong?
Leroy.
Then, what did the stemmed glasses stand for? It's question 6.
Their
The
votes.
Okay. After answering, and if you haven't already done so, read clue 93 Southwest. Conversation with Mycroft Holmes before reading the solution.
Wait, hold on. Where is 93 Southwest?
The Home Office.
Ha!
I
Damn
just
it,
put the
right.
Home Office.
Good call, Mark.
God damn it.
He was
Mark,
either going to
stick
be
to
in the
your
Home
gun.
Office or the government office. Although, to be fair, the War Office does make sense given the case.
Mhm.
But like, I hate that
okay.
it was in the informants, and they're like, "Yep, you didn't come in." And I'm like, "Why is he at the Diogenes Club? Like, why is that what's linked here?"
You're answering. And if you haven't before reading the solution. Okay. So I guess I'm reading it now. Reading the solution. Okay. 93 Southwest. We enter with Holmes, who hands a voluminous file over to his brother. We enter with Holmes, who hands a voluminous file over to his brother.
Voluminous.
Voluptuous.
Mycroft examine. It's voluminous, but it's just the fact that
Keep
we're
going.
with
Mhm.
Mycroft examines it rapidly. This time, I must concede to you, Sherlock. What you have uncovered is of utmost importance for the Empire. Again, Sherlock's brother. The documents you brought me contain very sensitive information. Documents which I fear have landed into the wrong hands. Mr. Holmes, starts Wiggins, addressing Mycroft. Do you know Sir James Saunders? Well, Wiggins, I did meet him, but we weren't close friends in any way. My dear brother, you rarely speak in those terms of your esteemed government peers, especially not when a man was honored for services rendered to the Queen and the Empire. It is a shame. May I have your word that nothing I am going to tell you will leave this room? Mycroft looks at each of us, and we nod in agreement. Sir James was honored for services rendered to Great Britain. As you may know, he was the main negotiator during the talks with Russia, which resulted in the Anglo-Russian Agreement of 1885. When the agreement was more closely examined, we saw that he really did a good work. Good work for Russia. So why was he honored? Yes, it is strange, isn't it? That's what politics are all about. If people were to find out how bad this agreement really is for Great Britain, the opposition would immediately demand new elections, which would result in the unavoidable fall of the government. However, by requesting honors for a well-done work, people had less risk to be scrutinized. That's why Sir James was honored. Well, my friends, says Sherlock, I believe we found our motive. So
Are you gonna give
the
us the
why
score
he
for that
was
one?
killed, he was a fucking traitor.
Or incompetent.
No, traitor probably.
I like incompetent because it means we got it correct.
Yeah.
But we specifically said poor decisions in the Battle of May 1, which is not related to Russia.
Right.
Um,
That's true.
Also,
Oh, right.
hold on. Where did Sherlock get the documents?
Mycroft
I
had
think
the
he was
documents.
just at the house.
He stole them earlier.
Yeah, from the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was just there.
I thought Mycroft said he had them.
No, that's what Holmes
No.
handed Mycroft.
Oh, I misheard that.
Yeah, the whole Sherlock or the whole Holmes thing is annoying.
That throwing us off.
Because I'm like, wait, why are we with Sherlock? And then, why is Sherlock handing him this? Okay. Great. All right, you guys prepared for our worst thing yet. We haven't actually scored less than
I don't.
an A
I don't
before.
think it was that
Honestly, I
bad.
don't think we did that bad.
Mm,
I think
Alright.
it went to like 3 too many clues though.
Do you wait
How
on?
many clues did we do?
Did the guy kill himself because he found out that his sister was sleeping with a traitor?
Probably.
Because that
Well, we're
changes
gonna
it.
find out.
That changes that fact that
Do we have-
would he be a no vote?
Timeout.
Do we have any indication that Grasso was a mistress?
No,
It's just that she's like a named female character, so we're like,
she's
yeah,
the
Yeah.
only named female character in this entire case.
yeah.
This does not pass the Bechdel
Yeah.
test.
Good one.
All right,
man.
read them.
And
Alright,
we
so question 1: Who killed James Saunders?
The officer corps of the regiment.
He was executed by
late.
the regiment after being heard by an unofficial council of war.
He was executed for treason.
military tribunal.
So what are-
Impromptu.
So this question's worth 50 points. What are we giving us?
I mean, we
It was
did get the officer
that killed him,
corps.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we get all.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
close enough because
Question 2.
they were the ones who voted on it.
Mm-hmm.
Question 2: Why was he killed?
He was a traitor to
For
the.
being a traitor to his country.
Yeah, I don't think we
He
got that one.
betrayed the regiment in Maiwand.
Oh,
Oh.
I said that. I said for actions he committed in my want, which is why I think we agreed to.
We said poor decisions, but could have been
Poor
construed-
decisions isn't quite traitorous because that's like an intentional thing.
The only reason I said traitor at the very end is based off of what Mycroft told us.
Yeah, I'd say half points for that.
Well,
Yeah.
like we didn't change. Like we asked questions and we answered them, and then we heard Mycroft, which it said to do.
Mhm.
So I don't think we can change our answers on that. We already answered them. This
No.
is just more of
Correct.
That's a half pointer though.
Then we'll go
Yeah, I
15.
feel okay with that.
15 points for that
Then who killed Smith Thomas?
himself.
Himself.
Correct. 20 points.
Woo!
20 points. Okay.
Second set of questions. What did Captain Lewis and Major Smith Thomas have in common?
That
They're
no
both
votes.
banging the girl.
No votes.
No votes.
Both voted against the death penalty during the Council of War.
Hell
There
yeah.
we go.
Hell yeah.
I'm
We still
assuming
passed
the
this one.
Council of War was the meeting in the room.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
How many points?
20. What was the name of Sir James' mistress?
The only lady.
Yeah. Goldine.
Well,
Mrs. Hope Grasso.
Given the recent information we just learned, this is not going to be a shock.
It's a Russian.
Eva Voronsev.
Mm.
So he was having an
Voronsev.
affair
Yeah,
with a
she's Russian for sure. So yeah,
All right. So maybe we didn't get that one.
That's the bonus questions. So like that's fine.
and then the last question: what did the stemmed glasses stand for?
Votes.
Yay vote or no vote.
They were used as ballots by the jurors of the Council of War. 20 points.
Yep.
20 points. Okay.
So 50.
We could have stopped after we found out he hung himself, and we would have got the same amount of points.
I don't think we had the votes. We didn't have what the glasses represented. Oh, you're saying the other guy. After the other guy we killed himself.
Smith Thomas.
Yeah, Smith
Yeah.
Thomas.
Suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
we didn't
probably
even go to
could've
that much
gone to,
after
like,
that, right? We only went
least
to
realistically.
went to
No.
one
After that, we went to Jenkins, Minecraft, Captain Lewis, and the War Office. We went to 4 more places.
Jenkins was after that.
Jenkins was after that because that's
Oh.
where I started. After that, all of my notes were just who was persistent to go here, except for Captain Lewis, who ordered 7 glasses of wine. Okay, gross score.
You.
125.
Yep.
125.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's gross. We don't know how many places Sherlock went to, and so how many
Right.
points we lose afterwards.
Sherlock went to the party, okay, so he probably went to all the
So
places.
hold on. How many places did we go?
I'm checking now. So we don't count the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4,
What?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Hi, Smiles.
Okay.
Hi, Smiles. Did you have a good time?
All
Did
right.
you have a good time?
Oh,
Joe,
sorry.
please mute.
Sorry.
You ready for the solution?
Yeah, sure.
I must admit that this case was fairly simple, states Holmes, looking up from his microscope. In fact, it was crystal clear. So much so that it neared offensiveness. Holmes takes a box from the shelf above his desk and helps himself to a long and thin cigar of greenish-black color. After lighting it, he puts a few ashes on the microscope slide before placing it on the lens, below the lens. He holds the cigar in his mouth and looks through the eyepiece. You know, Wiggins, I can't insist enough on the importance of knowing tobacco ashes, says Holmes as he examines the ashes. If you can definitely say, for example, that some murder has been done by a man who was smoking an Indian Lunka? Is that a L? Sure.
It's Indian, you should know.
An Indian Lunka. It obviously narrows your field of search. Holmes looks up from his microscope and takes a puff of the cigar, looks at it dismissively, and throws it into the fireplace. Yes, it is certainly that the Indian Lunka would limit the search. Now, Wiggins, what did you find out about the Colonel? I first checked the library. It was obvious that many individuals had to be involved in this crime. Hanging a man in a crowded house in which you have to compel him to silence is certainly not the most astute way of killing him. You're describing an obviousness, Wiggins. Astuteness was the last thing murderers had in mind. No doubt there was a conspiracy to kill Saunders, and no doubt it required the complicity of the entire regiment, or at least the officers. As you pointed out, hanging is not the most logical way to commit a murder, so there must be some other explanation. The stupid maneuver to make the murder look like a suicide would not even fool Lestrade. No, it wasn't an ordinary murder. It was an execution, for which hanging is the usual method. An execution? Asks Watson, who entered the room just in time to hear Holmes' last statement. Yes, an execution. We saw the ballots in the library. There were 5 executioners. 5. Yes. You noticed the 7 stemmed glasses? 5 lied broken in the fireplace, and 2 remained undamaged on the table. 5 people voted in favor of the execution, and 2 against. I assume that one of those who voted against was your friend Smith Thomas. Smith Thomas? Yes. Think about it, Watson. It was the 9th Berkshire reunion, but it was the first time you were invited. Yeah? Says Watson, frowning somewhat. My regiment was the 5th Fusilier Regiment of Northumberland. I was only temporarily attached to the Berkshires. I got there 2 days before the Battle of Maiwand, and as you know, I was wounded, which ended my service in the Berkshire Regiment. So you see, Holmes, I was part of it almost theoretically. For me, the idea that you should be excluded from this type of society, Watson, I meant to say that this invitation was unusual. Smith Thomas has asked you to bring me along. It seemed important to him. Yes, this is true. I think that Smith Thomas hoped that our presence would prevent the long-planned murder, but after his tactic failed, he was torn between his conscience and his loyalty to the regiment. As he wouldn't betray neither of them, he chose to commit suicide. Suicide? Of course. You said so yourself. He was found in a room, locked from the inside, and there was no other access to it. Even a window or a dumbwaiter. What else could it be then? Why did they want to kill Saunders? That was the question I couldn't answer, Watson. I presumed that it be related to the Battle of Maiwand. Per Sergeant Murray, Saunders wasn't there. But for rallying an entire regiment against him, soldiers must have deemed Saunders' act unforgivable. Treason is the most likely motive. But had it been known, the Berkshire Regiment would not have waited that long before executing the sentence. There must have been some hidden documents incriminating Saunders. So I followed the trail up to the bachelor's flat, he was also using as a hiding place for the documents he embezzled. It would seem that he provided classified information to Russians, who turned them over to the Afghans. As an officer in charge of supplies, he had knowledge of the British positions and the planned movements of the troops. His first treason was to provide the Russians with all of this intelligence before the Battle of Maiwand. This is what Smith-Thomas probably found out when he was working on the regiment history. This is why he destroyed his manuscript, says Holmes. He didn't want to unveil the reason. He could have avoided all these problems and saved his life. What do you mean, Holmes? The government will cover up the matter, Watson. They won't let anybody know that a noble diplomat was a Russian spy, and that the army took the initiative to execute him without a trial. What will happen with the regiment, Holmes? Before Holmes can answer, someone knocks at the door and Bill comes in, bringing a wire addressed to the detective. It's from Mycroft, says Holmes. And it bears the response to your question. It seems that General Roberts deemed necessary to transfer the Berkshire Regiment to Borneo, where its talents will be at the service of the Empire. Okay.
So I'm going to look back at the list of places. In hindsight, the victim's chamber probably would have been a good place to go. Did we actually have that as a place?
We never went there.
I know we didn't, but like Sir James Saunders, did we actually have his? Wait, yeah, I only have Colonel Edwards. I don't have a location for the victim.
So do I.
Maybe that was Corporal's bedchamber, because
But I mean, he lived. I mean,
no, he
I
was
guess
a,
they all lived in
he
the
was a
area.
colonel. Does he have a place in that? Okay, yeah, I don't know. What places does Sherlock go to?
He lives in London. Okay. So, in addition to Carlton House and Mycroft Holmes' office, that's the 93 SW, Holmes solved this case by following 5 leads. The Carlton House Library, Major Smith-Thomas's bedchamber, the Royal Military Asylum. He just went straight there. Matt Moser. I believe Moser is a detective, not like a private eye.
Mm.
And Mrs. Warren.
Who the fuck is Mrs. Warren?
Another named female in this case.
Would like to go to those
He must be a
clues at
mistress
some
to somebody.
Yeah, we
For
got
this case, leads 100 SW, 8 SW, Club, 93 SW, Croft Holmes office, GF3, Lieutenant Colonel Jenkins' bedchamber, FF10, the Corporal's bedchamber, and FF12, Hoddles and Milner's bedchamber are free. Do not count them when totaling your score.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing that while you look at the other ones. Well, you call the other ones.
It was 100 SW, 8 SW, 93 SW, and GF3. Those are the only 4 that we went to that were in conjunction.
Don't count 8 SW. What was 8? Oh, wait, yeah, that was Diana.
Diogenes Club. So he went to 5 clues.
Don't count that one. 93 SW. I'll take care of this if you want to start reading the other ones that you wanted to go to. And I'll take the score in a second.
Okay, so I would like to go to the Royal Military Asylum, since that was directly mentioned in Smith Thomas's room. That would probably be the next logical place to go.
I didn't
Boy,
write that down.
47 SW.
GF3 Jenkins.
We got all of these answers without needing
Well, yeah, there's
any.
different ways to skin a cat, so they probably were like, we'll just give him multiple avenues, and we did make some leaps.
We've murdered a lot of cats.
I mean,
what
it is
it-
this game.
What is FF10?
We have-
Oh, Corporal's bedchamber. We never went there. Or
Chambers.
yeah,
Right.
okay.
So 47 SW. Roger Saunders is a young man who seems tired. He is lying in his armchair, his long legs resting on a cluttered working table. Our knock at the door pulls him from a much-needed rest. Dr. Saunders, could we talk to you? It's about your father's death, and we are assisting Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson. Come in. If you can find a chair, please make yourselves comfortable. I've heard that Holmes and Watson attended yesterday's dinner. Yes, that's correct. I don't know what to tell you. My father and I have been estranged for years. It wasn't because I never wanted to join the army. Neither my father nor grandfather wanted me to be a doctor. Glory was only important to them, at any cost. Do you know who might have wanted your father dead? Not at all. For me, it wasn't Sir James. He was a father, not a perfect one. My father and mother never got on with each other, and spent the last 5 years of their marriage keeping up appearances. My father was a womanizer. Do you know? Asks Wiggins, somewhat embarrassed. My mother told me. She never gets tired of telling me my father's weaknesses. She even hired a private detective who could follow him for a while, and asked me to go fetch the report. Could you tell us what this detective found out? I don't really remember. It was 2 years ago or so. The detective followed my father, who met a woman several times. I don't even think the detective did find out what her name was. My mother didn't even care about the woman's identity. She just wanted to know if there was a woman in the first place. Do you remember who this detective was? No, a big obnoxious guy. His office was located in the theater district, but I really can't remember his name. I don't think it has anything to do with my father's death. My mother did not care for what my father did, as far as she remained the spouse of Sir James Saunders, and my father was quite satisfied being Lord Rutland's son-in-law. Neither of them wanted divorce. This narrative of the Saunders family privacy is interrupted by the arrival of a panicked orderly informing that a man named Wilson is trying to bang his head against the walls of his room. As we leave, Roger Saunders tells us, after working 3 years in an asylum, I consider my family to be quite normal.
So he works at the asylum. Okay. I thought he was a resident.
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
I'm like, this
It's
guy is
specifically-
really articulate.
It says in the clue that he's a doctor at the asylum.
I only heard he's at the
Yeah,
asylum.
Okay.
I mean, Harley Quinn was
I don't-
also a doctor at an asylum.
I don't know why, but when you, for whatever reason, everyone kept saying asylum, and I thought, oh, he's at a military school.
I was thinking the entire time, like, okay, is there just a different term for asylum that I just don't know or whatever? That this is like,
Yeah.
like a boarding school type thing or whatever. Like,
Nope,
or-
he's at a hospital for those with PTSD. So
okay. So then Sherlock, knowing the private eyes in here or in town, also, is it 10 points for every place that we went to, or like every extra place out of the 5?
5.
It's only 5. Oh, we got 120 points then.
oh wow.
Because we went to 6 counted places. Alec and Joe and Corey have all been vindicated. Jenkins did not count.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mycroft's
also been
original one.
Ladies Club didn't.
Yeah, Mycroft did not count for that first one.
Perfect.
Did his second one.
I didn't even include his second one as a place we went to. I didn't write down notes about it and stuff because we got it after the clues or after the questions.
Matt
Okay.
Moser is 18 West Central.
So we have bonus points, 120 total points.
Fuck
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Hey guys, we are so
90
good at Sherlock,
passes.
even though every time we feel like we have no idea what's going on.
We play it just enough to our imposter syndrome never goes away because we always we play it until we're so tired that we just like don't care and then we forget how good a job we did.
Well, our problem is we overcomplicate it. Like
Mhm.
we think the game is going to like pull a bunch of shit, which sometimes it does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it expects it to play. Yeah, it expects that we're dumb people.
It expects that we're normal people, okay?
Yeah,
We're-
I'm normal.
No, think about the most
We're
average
goated
person you can think of. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the
average
type of
I can
person
think of is
that this is
people
designed
would
for.
call mentally retarded.
Retarded.
Mark, you work on a college campus.
My statement stands.
I
I work
know,
with
all
Gen
right.
Z all fucking
Okay.
idiots.
All right, let's go
Anyway.
talk to Moser.
18 West Central. I knew it. The huge Matt Moser is convulsed with laughter when we enter his office. When I found out that Sir James was dead, I knew you would come asking for my help. You're simply too smart for me, Matt, answers Wiggins with humor. Here is what you want, the file on Colonel James Saunders, who later became Sir James Saunders. Thank you, Matt, says Wiggins, approaching Moser, hoping that he'll hand it over to him. Hold on for a second, Wiggins, old pal. It seems that you come more and more often asking for my help. What do I get in exchange?
Never once been here.
That dig was my first time here.
And I am grateful for it, Wiggins, really. This time I want to get some honor out of it. When Watson will recount this affair, I want him to mention my name. I'll see what I can do. That's all I'm asking for, Wiggy. That's all I'm asking for. Matt finally handed over the file to Wiggins. Not much in there, Matt. 3 days of tailing James Saunders. Quality and not quantity. That's my everlasting motto. Friday, Saunders meets a woman at the Buzzard Tea Room. He has tea with her. Then they leave separately. Saturday, I tail Saunders to a boarding house located at 76 Southampton Row. Shortly after, the same woman arrives. They spend the day and night together.
Ooh.
Monday, again, lunch at Buzzard with the same woman. Again, they leave separately. I followed the woman to the Russian embassy. She went in through the back door. I waited 2 hours.
Just like he just had.
Yep. I waited 2 hours, but the woman did not leave the embassy. Tuesday, I handed over my report to Roger Saunders. Wednesday, Mrs. V. Saunders ended the surveillance and paid £20. 20 pounds?
20 pounds?
Come on, Matt. You
Okay,
couldn't even
but
find
back
out what the woman
then-
said.
All right, fine.
I mean, this dude put 3 days work of surveillance in and got paid. It's like, what's the hourly rate on that for 20 pounds?
No idea.
Mrs. Saunders,
Matt is finding out.
Personally,
Come on,
I'm
Could
not.
be-
That's not me. But personally, I think she overpaid.
Mrs. Saunders didn't care about the woman's name. She only wanted to know if there was a woman. As I told you, Wiki, quality is my motto, and quality is what I get paid for.
So I guess the next place would be the Russian embassy. Or no, he went to whatever that Mrs. Warren.
Yeah, so it's 76 Southampton Row.
Oh, we had to like look at the map and like find Southampton Row. I'm not doing that.
Given the fact that 76 West Central is on the same page, and it starts with, yes, I am Mrs. Warren, I'm going to lean toward this is the next clue. Oh. 76
What?
West
When
Central.
does Sherlock take place?
Oh, we have the date. It's part of the thing. This is July 27th, 1889.
I was off by 3 years. Okay.
Why?
I'm doing some math.
So it's either 86 or 92.
He's trying to figure out the inflation.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
So just Google it.
Yes, I am Mrs. Warren, the owner, says the elder big lady who answers the door. If you look for a room, I have none available. Oh, we are not looking for a room. We're looking for a man and a woman. May have an apartment in your boarding house, or may have had one at some point. And is Sir James Saunders. Do you know him? Sir James, you say? Come on. I'm asking you, is this... Okay. Sir James, you say? Come on. I'm asking you. Is this the kind of place in which well-to-do folks would come to? Maybe he registered under an alias? Have you read today's Times? There was a photograph of Sir James. There was not a photograph in that newspaper.
We saw a front page.
My lad. So I don't need to look at the Times or any newspaper. Wait, I'll show it to you. Wiggins takes the newspaper from under his arm and shows the photograph of Sir James to Mrs. Warren. No, I don't think so. Wait, he looks like Mr. Sand. Yes, that's Joseph Sand. And I couldn't recognize him at first glance in this suit. He's had a bedsit here for years. He is a wine merchant, and he travels here most of the time. You say that's Sir James? Yes. My, oh my goodness, under my own roof. Why is he in the newspapers? He was murdered. Can't be. Such a charming man. I could tell he had received a good education. Does his wife know already? Poor Anna. Anna? Yes. Anna Sand. A very discreet woman, says Mrs. Warren, while getting closer to us. You see, generally speaking, I don't like Russians much. They are too noisy, always complaining and drink too much. Not the good British gin, but this nasty vodka.
Amen.
But not Sand. He never complained. She's a real lady. Is she here? No, I don't think so. She travels with Mr. Sand. They come and go. Don't spy on my client. Mr. Sand pays the rent once a year, and that's the only moment when I need to see him. Can we have a look in their apartment? We are investigating the murder. Don't take anything, will you? I don't want any problems with Mrs. Sand. So we will only take a peek. Climb 2 floors. We climb 2 floors. When opening the door, Wiggins utters a cry of amazement. Holmes is in the room, examining a bundle of papers. Wiggins, here you are at last, he says with a big smile. Glad to see you. I think we will find some clues about James Saunders' secret life. We enter the sparingly furnished 1-bedroom apartment. A large desk, an armchair on wheels, and a small wardrobe are against the wall of the living room. Above the desk, there is a photo depicting 3 people, 2 men and a woman standing in front of the Taj Mahal. We recognize one of the 2 men. It is James Saunders, wearing the uniform of a major in the British Army. In the middle of the room are a round oak table and 2 chairs, a wicker rocking chair, and a coffee table, the finishing touch to the room. Did one of you search the other room? Asks Wiggins. And we'll go through the desk and the wardrobe. Then he asks us to come to the desk where he piled up a few files and documents so that we can examine them. What did you find in the other room? He asked. Nothing in particular. Some laundry, night clothes for a man and woman, a couple of spare clothes, but none of the personal effects one would expect to find in a home. Yes, that's the general impression. However, the files are much more interesting. Look, a report on the armed forces in India and Afghanistan, copies of the treaties between England and Turkey, maps of maritime warfare in the Black Sea. I can tell you that these documents have no place here, whoever our Mr. Sand might be. What do we do now? Holmes speaks. I think we should bring them to my brother. He'll know what to do with them. I know he'll be working all day today at the home office.
Is that the end of it?
That is indeed the end of it.
Because then you're supposed to go
Also-
to Mycroft.
Yeah,
Home
really
office.
quickly.
The home office.
Matt,
But the-
you were
was-
correct. The private eye got way overpaid. The equivalent today in US dollars would be roughly 4,400 for 3 days of work.
Yeah, I think that's what Wiggins was trying to say. Like, you got paid $20 and you didn't even come up with a name.
Yeah.
Like, he was flabbergasted at the fact that he got 20 pounds and didn't even do anything.
I mean, even if it was $20, like in today's money, I still think they overpaid for that quality of.
Yeah.
$20 for some effort is fine.
20 bucks for
4,000, maybe
whether or
pushing
not
it.
he's with a woman.
I mean, for $20, I got Warhammer Space Marine 2, and I didn't even pay for it.
I mean, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Like, it wasn't even where has he been going? What have they been doing? Just is he with someone else, yes or no? Here's 20. Thank you.
Here's $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay a private eye $4,000. Like, hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So wait, hold on. I never. How
Nailed
were
it.
we supposed to figure out Eva or whatever her? Did they ever said her name in any of these things? I didn't catch it.
They did not say her name.
Russian embassy. So maybe if we find out he's a Russian spy, Russian embassy. What clue is that? I don't
Yeah,
have the
there's. I
directory.
remember we said there's no Afghan embassy or like consulate, but there's a Russian one.
Mm-hmm.
There is indeed. I gotta find it though. I don't have my directory pulled up. I didn't really need it this time. I did, but very briefly.
It didn't even pull it up.
I pulled it up when I was trying to look for Mycroft's address.
Now that was a weird rabbit hole. Don't know why you would do that.
But look for Mycroft.
Yeah, that's a weird rabbit hole. Never pans out. It's like asking
There-
Sherlock for help.
All right, screw it. Directory. I can't find.
It's fine.
I want to know.
You have 5 minutes to be off.
I can do that.
It takes them 30 seconds to get off.
Are these places called?
Cameron, are you still awake?
Let's see.
Nah.
Okay.
54 Southwest. We are told quite dryly that no information about the embassy employees or Russian immigrants can be communicated to civilians.
Cool.
Yeah, no idea where we're supposed to get her name, but
Good talk.
that was worth 20 or 25 points or whatever finding her name.
10.
Oh, 10?
Yeah.
So, like,
So,
they expected
yeah,
you to
she must
find
be
it by
going down.
chance.
Okay. I found 39 SW. Does anyone?
Did you close the directory? Okay. I'm gonna look at the London
30.
map. Oh. Mark ended the session, so I can't look at that map.
Did I? Oh, it just disappeared. Oh, sorry. Here, I can restart.
No,
it.
I have the map pulled up in. Okay, 39 SW.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Eccleston Street, next to
Lord
the Spanish
Malcolm-
embassy.
Yeah, so it is near the embassies.
Well,
Lord Malkovich.
it's
is
down the
one-
street from Carlton House.
See Lester. It is. Sir Clifton Norman. Otis Richmond. Any names ring a bell?
Why are we reading this?
Baron Peter Vorontsov and Eva Vorontsov. That's just where they live. So how the fuck did we get there? Because I came across their clue, and it says Eva Vorontsov is sitting on the edge of her armchair. How do we know that? Oh, what's his face? Literally just told us, didn't he? 18 West Central, Mr. Moser.
He didn't give us any names, and he definitely didn't give us a Baron or whatever that other guy's name was.
Friday, Tea Room, Buzzard, blah, blah, blah. Saunders, boarding house, 76, shortly after. Monday, again at Buzzard, they leave. I follow Russian embassy. She went through the back door, waited 2 hours, blah, blah, blah. Okay, maybe not. That's right. Yeah, got paid £20 for that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how we get to that. But anyway, I'm just going to read this clue really quick. Eva Vorontsov is sitting on the edge of her armchair in her sitting room, decorated with the finest and most sophisticated of all tastes. She is astonishingly attractive, with dark hair in her 30s, twists and untwists with her slim fingers and handkerchief, and only stops to wipe her reddened eyes. Yes, I've known Sir James for years. We've met in India. Eva, you shouldn't be up and about. You know what the doctor said, exclaims a tall man with a mustache, striding into the room. Turning towards us, he resumes quite briskly, barely polite. I'm sorry, but I must ask you to leave. My sister doesn't feel well, and you are here on a private property. Good afternoon. We find ourselves out in a split second.
All right then.
Yeah.
Maybe the
point.
sister of. Yeah, no, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I
Lexi's
don't-
going to bed, and she texted me like half an hour ago to come tell her goodnight. And we were just doing the questions at that point. I didn't think we'd still be here. So.
That's just about
Look at that, guys. We did it by 10.
Woo!
By 10.
Beautiful timing.
Look at us go.
Go team.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.